everybody. Welcome to tonight's episode of Dungeons and Destinies. Before I continue, I would like
Whoa!
Before I continue, I would like to ask all of my players to say hi.
Hello!
Hello.
Hola.
Rue's player is sick.
Yeah, so Rue is sick tonight, so please forgive the stuffy nose. She has hay fever because she has a weak immune system. So,
Forgive the stuffy elf.
I have a couple disclaimers before we begin. Firstly, all the music and ambience you are going to hear in tonight's episode was made by the wonderful Michael Kelfy. Check him out on YouTube and Spotify along with his partner Philip Melvin. That's MichaelgelfI. Check him out. They are great composers and fantastic and do epic stuff. Next, all the character art you see on screen is made by the wonderful Alice, the player for Magnus. Chances are you're checking out this from her channels, either Twitch or YouTube, so make sure to give those a follow because she's hilarious and good at what she does. I think the latest upload was another one of these, but other than that, pretty fucking great shit. Also, all the maps and tables you see on screen are made by me using free assets such as FA Mapmaking. FA Mapmaking stands for Forgotten Adventures. They're great, and they have a ton of free assets for making tabletop roleplay maps, so check them out and pay them money. They got a lot of free assets. They also got stuff that you can pay for, so do so, because they're fucking fantastic. Lastly, we have a TikTok run by the wonderful Jester. I'm not sure if he's ever here, but check it out. It's Dungeon and Destinies. That's DungeonandDestinies. And give us a follow, because we are posting stuff there now. So, before we start tonight's episode, would anyone else like to say anything?
My immune system isn't weak, mind you.
Every time I have allergies, you're always like, "Hey, you have a weak immune system." The thing Darwin invented. He didn't invent it.
Evolution.
No, not evolution.
Survival of the fittest.
Survival of the fittest. That's what you say to me. So I'm just
Darwinism?
Darwin. Yes, Darwinism. All right. So, welcome back to the rapidly promotable world of Erecretion. Last we left off, our players had gotten back to the town of Reliquary. They had gone through a bit of a fun time, bit of a festival thrown in their honor. One of the players, Bo, got lucky with what will maybe be his potential partner in the future, hopefully. Why does it just stops? Why does it stop? It stops. Okay, it's not stopping now. I'm confused. We have a new bot, so technical difficulties. That being said, as the night went on and they all partied it up, they came around and decided to head out to Alathor, the capital city of the kingdom and statum of Livlicker. They set out with Broll, a matron of the town of Reliquary, newly assigned. Along the way, Magnus taught him some swordplay, and they all had a bit of chatter. Oh, I almost forgot. While they were in the town of Reliquary, Lothric had a cook-off against one of the Cursed Bloods there, showing hand over fist that he was indeed better than their best cook, hopefully.
Correct.
He won, and it was pretty fucking great. So, there's that too. Moving on. As they came into Alathor, they learned about the falling of the town of Calenberg. Calenberg was one of the two choices that they had when they were sent to go and get to Spectre Island. Unfortunately, as they've heard, it's fallen to whatever cult has now risen in the north of Livlicker. And a lot of the a lot of the residents of Calenberg have flocked to the outskirts of Alathor in shanty towns to escape the cult. Further, as they wandered further into Alathor, they found it a bit in disarray, a lot more people, a lot more trade, a lot more problems going on, and they were immediately escorted to the Castle Basilius, to meet with the king, wherein... Alice, if you don't get rid of that spider, I swear to Christ. Wherein the king addressed them. They came in, and there was a kind of heavy, tense atmosphere in the throne room, but it was good news as they were being basically the equivalent of knighted, being given the title, the honorary title of matron of Livliker by King Oslo Basilius. So, that is where we left off. And that's where we'll begin tonight's episode. So, let me go to... I have buttons for this. Hang on. Beautiful, it's working perfectly. It's sort of. I pressed spacebar with the pillow a lot, so give me just a second. Alright, so, we begin tonight's episode. Last we left off, the players had just received word of their new matronship. Alice, is that too loud? I just don't want it to, like, be too loud.
No, it's fine.
For me, it is, and I had to turn down the volume a lot,
Okay.
but it's okay.
Alright, so, as Oslo continues his kind of lengthy monologue, I, King Oslo Basilius, Keeper of the Peace, Ward of the East, first of his name, officially bestow upon each of you 5 the honorary title of Matron of Livliker. As he says that, Oslo takes one of the items out of the small case that Kelsey is holding and steps forward. As he steps forward, he looks at you, Bo, and kind of steps closer to you, and he says, "To you, Bo, defender of Lady Dorathian, I leave this symbol of Livliker and the Matron. Let it remind you of who you are, your name, title, and let you take care of it as you have here." And as he says that, he hands you a small token. And it looks to be a flower. It has 7 rounded petals. It's fully bloomed. It looks to be some sort of dandelion. But it's polished to a mirror-like shape, and it looks to be made of emerald. The emerald token surprises you with its weight, and as you flip it over in your hands, you see on the back side an inlaid dwarven rune. It reads courage.
It reads what?
Courage. He steps back and grabs another one, and then steps towards you, Lothric. To you, Lothric Wilhelm of Kate, Captain of the 105th Armored Infantry, I leave this symbol of Livliker and the Matron. Let it remind you of your duties to your friends and companions, and let you take care of it as you have here. He hands you a similar token, except this one, you see that one of the petals is chipped. Although you're not sure if that's intentional or not, as you look at the flower, you notice that the chip runs to a crack that goes down towards the main bud. And at first you think your eyes are wrong, but you do a double take, and sure enough, as you look closer and you kind of like put it up to your face, you watch as the crack in the flower is very, very slowly mending itself. He takes a step back, grabs another one, and steps to you. To you, Alhart Ruesh of the Shade Vale, I leave this symbol of Livliker and the Matron. Let it remind you of your kindness and willingness to help, and let you take care of it as you have here. He hands you a flower that has only 5 petals, fully bloomed, and it is missing a spot. It looks as though there were meant to be 6 petals, but one has been picked or completely broken. And as you flip the flower in your hands, you spot something. On the rim of the bulb, where the petal is missing, you read a small inscription. It says, "You did a hell of a job babysitting." And inscribed it says, "Beatrix."
Oh, man.
He steps back and grabs another one and steps to you, Magnus. To you, Magnus Centauri of Ashmore, Bard the Legend Craft. I leave this symbol of Livliker and the Matron. Let it remind you of how far you've come and how far you've yet to grow, and let you take care of it as you have her. handing you a small flower that once again has 7 petals. Each of them are not fully blue, and they're kind of curled in, still protecting the smooth inner bud that would be smooth if it weren't made of complete emerald. As you feel it in your hands, the flower is smooth, and at the bottom there still seems to be what is left of a stem. Looking at the stem where it was clipped or shaped, carved, you see a small symbol of a lute with a few musical notes around it. You can't help but feel like this is telling you to accomplish your dream. And lastly, Princess Daenerys of House Dorathi, second of her name, scholar of the Floating Isles, Lady of the Elements. I leave this symbol of Live Liqueur and the matron. Let it remind you of the new and deep friendship that has been formed between Live Liqueur and the Float. And let you take care of it as you have her. Handing you the flower, there are 7 fully bloomed petals. On the main bulb of the flower, you see it inscribed is the symbol of the House Dorathian, a chimera with a symbol of air behind it. On each of the 4 largest petals, there are the other houses' symbols inscribed as well. And on the 3 smallest, there is nothing but a blank canvas, symbolic of the times. He steps back and he looks over all of you, meeting each one of your guests. Let these emerald flowers, plucked from the felt flower straight, intended to by generations of the Basilius family, show the world that you are friends of Le Liqueur and of Lena Roll. Let it be known that all crimes committed against Live Liqueur in the past are hereby forgiven, and any outstanding bounties placed upon your heads are to be paid by the Castle Basilius. Words cannot describe how proud I am of you 5. On behalf of the Empire, people of my kingdom, and myself, I thank you. Have you all have anything to say for yourselves?
Thank
It's-
you.
It's an honor, truly.
Thank you.
Toad takes off his hat and just tips it to him.
Very well. That will end the commencement ceremony. Jack, you are dismissed. As he says that, you watch as Jack, the short halfling guy that was wearing really nice robes, green, inlaid with darker green colors, scribbling in his book, has been writing everything to a fine point. And as he finishes, he closes the book, turns on his heel, and just starts marching out. And as soon as he opens the large octagonal door behind him, and it closes, you watch as Oslo, keeping this up, kind of straight shoulder, just goes, "Oh, Christ. No. Oh, God. Oh. Welcome back."
How's the look
Your
of me?
Majesty.
Happy to be back.
Have I have got stories for you.
Yes, I was just about to. Before we begin, I would suggest talking to Arnulf about the benefits of matronship. I have to go get the ceremonial garb off. This is not something that is very Kelsey, if you wouldn't mind joining. And she kind of closes the lid and then turns around and he says, "Oh, right. Those flowers, do take care of them. Don't plant them, they will not grow. They've been clipped." So, talk to Arnold. And you see Arnulf is he's still standing by the throne. Respectful as always, still uppity about the rules as everything's going on. Even when Oslo kind of let his shoulders drop, you watch a twinge of irateness in Arnulf's eye kind of twitch a little bit, but he's keeping his composure. And as they begin to walk out towards the small side door that he led you out when he wanted to talk with you all inside his own domestic house, domicary, that's the word. The room becomes silent once again as the guards on either side, all, I think it was 20 of them, begin to shuffle out of rank and file. and you are left alone in a room with Arnolf and about 2 other guards.
So are these like tokens like actual flowers, or are they like flat?
They're flowers. They are real flowers. But they're made of emerald.
Oh, that's so sick.
Oh shit, that's so cool.
Whoa.
Are they like malleable, or is it just are they stiff like emerald?
You can move them. You can move them. I mean, like, they're stiff to a point, but like they feel like petals, but they're like emerald.
Magnus
They weigh like emerald. They look like emerald. They feel like emerald.
Magnus is twirling his in his hand and is just like he's marveling at this fucking flower that would probably cost upwards of thousands of gold.
Oh yeah.
That he's just been handed and he's just
flowers, yeah.
don't
These
sell it,
flowers
don't
are
sell it.
tended to by the Basilius family, and they have been for hundreds of years, and they're a very well kept secret. Nobody other than the Basilius family knows where they are or how to tend.
Damn.
That
Bo
so
is just
cool.
gonna take his flower and put it in, like, kind of shift under his chest piece and put the flower in one of his shirt pockets.
Okay.
Can Tanny smell the flowers? Do they smell like anything?
They don't smell like anything. They smell like kind of dirty.
It smells like rock.
It smells like a
Smell like
rock.
rock.
It smells like a rock, and if you taste it, it tastes like a rock too.
Well,
Honorary
Matron?
matrons.
Sheriff.
Right. Well, I think that is about all of the pent-up respect I have for this moment. If you would all step forward, I would like to go over the, well, detail. If that's okay?
Yeah, of course.
One
Please.
question.
Apologies. Oh, go ahead.
Does that mean any tensions between the floating isles and the mainland are broken now?
There were never any tensions on our end, only on yours. King Oslo is very accepting, despite what it does to him.
Of course. I'm sure we'll meet in council and I can convince them to lax their tariffs or whatever.
We've already been in contact with them. With the letter, we sent a couple more, and we are waiting to hear back. We've sent more than enough in a delegation.
Good to hear. I hope you hear back soon.
As do I. That being said, I know that you've sent letters, however, it takes about 3 weeks for us to get there and get one back, so apologies. And further to that point, apologies for the ceremony. Usually there's a banquet and a feast, but we are running short on time.
That is fine. It's a little bit formal, but it's
This is
okay.
more than what I was ready for.
Honestly, Oslo, I've had enough
This isn't
of
Oslo, this
feast
is
and
Arnold.
sorry. Honestly, Arnolf, I've had enough of feast and banquets. I can accept a tiny ceremony.
Very well. So, let me go over the benefits that you will be receiving. First and foremost, if you wish, you may add matron, honorary matron, to your title anywhere you see fit that is recognized by the Empire. Secondly, because you are not paid matrons, you do not receive the same benefits as paid matrons, however, you still receive some benefit. Land ownership status, to begin with. Anyone with the title of matron is allowed to purchase land in the kingdom instead of renting it from the king. Instead of paying a land tax, they now pay a living tax, which is only 10% instead of the 12% of the land tax. Upon purchase of land, they may also gain the title of Lord of Live-Liqueur. However, that comes with its own benefits and other things. We can discuss that later. Moving on to marriage potentials. Anyone with the title of matron is allowed a chance for marriage within the crown and his court. That being said, it is ultimately up to the crown to decide.
I'm just gonna elbow Lothard a little bit.
Hey, knock it off.
Lothar. Sorry.
Might I ask that you keep that kind of language at bay when in the throne room? And he's just staring directly at you, Lothar. You can see, like, he's almost to the point of simmering.
All I said was to knock it off.
We're terrible. Oh god. Anyways.
They are also in higher prestige. Should they choose to try and marry into a different royal or noble court within the Empire, they will be recognized without a doubt. Furthermore, judicial powers, you do not have the same judicial powers as paid matrons. However, as honorary matrons, you have the express ability to, in times of direct crisis declared by the Crown, make arrests or give orders to Livlico Provincial Guard. That ties into your military powers as well. As a paid and public agent, or non-paid and public agent, matrons are recognized as elite fighters in the military of the Crown. They are chosen based on several things, but their military capabilities are one of the largest categories and components sought after. The matrons of the kingdom are widely recognized as elite fighters in the Empire as well. Should one officially recognized empirical source seek you out to join their forces, you will most likely gain some sort of high status. This means that they are given the power to give orders to lower rank and file troops in combat, as well as advise the king on what to do should the need arise. Lastly, matrons are well recognized in the Empire for their ability and contribution. They are often sought after by the Empire for special troops, units, or jobs. They rarely are seen as anything but noble. Keep that in mind. Treated with respect widely and understood, they hold a militant title for a reason. With the title of matron, people gain the ability to ask and receive special treatment from any empirically recognized area or building. Do you understand all?
Yeah.
I
Yes.
Understood.
believe so.
Need I go into more detail about any of those points?
Are we gonna end up being a privatized mercenary group for the Empire now?
We're
That
already
is
privatized
out
for
of
the
our
king.
hands. You were privatized for the king, and then he dismissed you in his speech. So, there is that.
So as far as the land ownership goes, it's my house's name's on the title of the property in Cobalt. Does that mean?
Yes. The property in Cobalt is an issue, and we must discuss that sooner rather than later. And it's better to do it now. The estate in Cobalt was originally land tax, which means that you did not own the land, only the building. Now that you are a owner of the estate, you may buy the land. It will be far cheaper because you own the estate in the surrounding area. However, you will still have to purchase it from the crown. Apologies about it.
Okay. What are my delegations to this then?
I'm afraid I don't understand what you mean.
Like, what does the crown require from my end? How much is the property?
The property, I'm not sure off the top of my head, but I believe the square mileage of it is about 0.75 with the building. And you can see he starts doing some math in his head. And he says, eventually, like, he gets there and he says, it would probably be around 2,000 gold pieces for the land, 3 square miles, and then your tax would drop as well, meaning that you would pay less in the future.
So is this going to be like a continuous payment or one-time payment?
The tax is a continuous payment. It's yearly instead of monthly, however.
Okay. I guess I'll need to coordinate with Faris. Not really
Oh.
sure.
Right, of course. I can understand if you can't make up the money in time. That brings us up to payment about reliquary. You were never paid. This was, my suggestion for your payment was being recognized as matrons. However, Oslo still says that he wants to give you a little bit more. That being said, within 3 months' time, you will each receive a stipend for your work of 1,000 gold pieces.
Oh,
Holy
Wow.
Unfortunately, as he says, we could not spare more due to the rising crisis in them.
Believe me, that is more than enough. Appreciate it. So where do we go from here?
Now we wait for Oslo to return, and we talk in the battle room. We have some things to discuss.
Alright.
Battle room? What do you mean battle room?
The same room we talked
You
in the
remember
first
the room
time?
we entered before? The big
It's like a
heavy metal door?
oh, it's where
No, that's
forces and leaders.
no. I
come
know that's
together.
not what I'm saying. Are we
Oh.
being sent on a militaristic mission?
Oh, it's just the most secure location within the estate or castle, so it is
Remind-
the best
Remind
location
me,
away from prying eyes.
remind me to
Okay,
like.
you scared me. I thought you were gonna tell me that we were about to be some sort of secret strike force.
Remind
First
me
mate.
to brush you up on all of that. You're gonna need to know a lot more. Now that you're matron.
Real quick, look at how sad Zoe looks.
No.
Trying not to fall asleep.
Yeah, I
Please,
can
no,
tell.
Don't call me
I can
out.
tell. I can tell. If you fall asleep, just take a nap. And then wake up and we'll continue.
Okay.
So, fuck, it's hot in here. I'll be right back.
Oh, there we go. We got one in.
Yeah.
Sweaty, sweaty slug man.
Sweaty, sweaty slug man. We love little sweaty slug
So,
man.
guys, we're matrons.
All
Good
right,
job.
you fools. As you all stand in front of Arnolf in the throne chamber, the large, kind of arched pillars with each kind of overgrowing vines and greenery installing and winding around these pillars to hold up this big fucking glass ceiling, basically. Behind the throne, you hear and a set of footsteps walking in that you recognize as King Oslo's. As he steps in, he says, "Right, are we all patched up then? You understand everything that comes with the title?
Mm-hmm.
Very well. Then I shall lead us to the water room." And you watch as he goes to a guard and kind of like leans over and whispers in his ear, and the guard kind of just like nods and then turns on his heel and starts marching towards the door. As he does so, Oslo goes back to the door he just came out of, opens it, and holds it open for you five.
Saunter in.
Lothric will go through the door.
Oh, Oslo, you don't gotta do that. It's alright.
Oh, you're right, but don't. No. As Arnolf kind of like trails in behind you, he says.
Right,
and
right.
As you kind of go through the door, Oslo closes it behind you, and he leads you through the winding maze of the estate grounds. And when the moon hits your eye like a big...
No, we're
It's a
streaming!
fire
We
morning.
are streaming!
So?
You're gonna
I don't
dust
think
my
that they're
ass.
gonna copyright my shitty voice, Alex. I think we're fine. So he leads you through the courtyard, and also the music stopped again, and I don't know why. And you guys, I can't tell when the music stops this time because it didn't give me a notification. So could you let me know?
Yeah. Okay. I didn't know
we're
if it
gonna
was
do this
intentional,
one.
so.
We can say it was intentional.
Okay.
Is he playing?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's
He's
playing.
muted. Why is he muted?
He's still
Oh, he's not
playing.
muted. Okay, so as Oslo leads you through the courtyard, you see the dead estate grounds of flowers, and he says, "Arnolf, you hear in the back pipes up. He says, "It really is a shame about Clay."
Were our assumptions right about him?
Unfortunately, no. His cellmate stabbed him to death.
Wait, I'm saying my assumption was that he was the one who poisoned the king's drink.
Yes, I know.
We were wrong.
Yes.
That
You were unfortunately wrong. He had written an apology in his blood on the floor. He was dedicated to the king even while he died. His cellmate then took his own life.
Who was his cellmate?
The one that poisoned the king. An agent of something. We'd gotten back to the bottom of the investigation, put them in the cell together because we thought that they were conspiring, and unfortunately, they were not. Our best guess is that Clay heard something he was not supposed to and was going to tell us, and it ended.
Oh,
That is terrible to hear.
Yes, well. As
Uh,
well as a poison.
as we're all walking through like this patch where Clay tended, Bo is still gonna mind the flowers even if they're dead.
Okay. They've not fully died. A lot of the patches are gray and dying, or brown and dying. There's still quite a few flowers here and there that are managing to live just because they belong in the climate. But you can tell that the care and attentiveness that went into the grounds, where day in, day out, Clay was out here probably 14, 16 hours a day, has been missing for about a week. And you recognize, Lothric, that call you got while you were in the war wastes is probably what they were telling you about with Clay. That message. And Ozzo kind of like is just silent as he leads you through, and eventually you come to the small door towards at what would normally be the servants' quarters, this large, still sort of palace, 16-room building. As you enter, he begins to lead you to the war room. That means that we do this now. As he sort of, as you come to this familiar hallway of not quite marbled stone, but white stone, not white walls, but gray, blue stone, still that kind of faint green color, the big heavy metal door with the latch on the outside, and the 3 guards either side. You watch as they all like ready, and then begin to open, and one says, the one wearing brighter colors, or that same outfit that you saw when you entered Alethor, of that guy at the checkpoint, that kind of like, he's clearly like above some of the guards, but not quite matron status. Says, open the door for the matrons and the king, and they all begin to move, and in lies the dark gray stone room with a map on it, with a single table and some torches. And the king steps through first, and as you all rank in and file in behind him, the door, and you hear the locks on the outside.
Before the door closes, as everyone's going in, Bo just points out, just kind of right in front of the door. Watch the, what was it, the peonies? Watch the peonies as you're coming in.
Okay. They all kind of like look at each other a bit confused and then nod. And as the door closes behind you and locks, Ozzo looks at all of you and he says, all right, now to get to the bottom of this, before we begin, and believe me, I want to hear everything that you have, because it's been rather depressing around here lately. I would like to say a couple things. So, we leave in 2 days, in dawn, for the Okala. It will be about a 2-month journey. That being said, you have tomorrow. If you need to buy things, buy them. If you need to sell things, sell them. If you have things to discuss, rumors you want to go into, or just want a bit of a chat, come chat with me. We leave no later than dawn. If you are not here by then, we will send a full search party for you. And if you are not in the city by a day later, we leave without you. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Just
Understood.
FYI, you guys nodding doesn't help because we're an audio podcast.
I tried saying yes.
That's
I'm
alright.
sorry.
Sorry.
I forget.
Yeah, yeah, I
The
understand.
habit.
Duly noted.
Very well. All right. And lastly, I would like all of you to keep this a bit away from your breath. We don't need more people knowing about this than already do. Considering the attempt to poison me and put my kingdom, my town, in bad light, I think it would be bad if the masses knew we were heading out with a specific time.
Did you ever cast like a speak with dead with Clay or his murderer at any point after? Or...
Unfortunately, and you watch as Oslo, like as you say that, you watch as like anger begins to build in him again. Like he's thought about this, he's wanted to do this, and he starts getting mad. He says, "Unfortunately, the established religion from Ankuin came by to put him to the afterlife, and druidic practices are illegal."
Of course. Okay. That's great. Sorry. Just a thought.
It's alright. Tried every last one of them to try and work around it, but much. Other than that, those out of the way, tell me about what you've been through. I assume it's been a lot. I've heard what happened in Reliquary from the letters you sent, but I'm sure that there's much, much more.
Shall I take this one, or...
You're the
might
best one at
want
storytelling.
to.
Well, we set sail through the war wastes, fought giant human crabs, got to Spectre Island.
Wait, you're going too fast.
Okay.
Tell me about what happened in Reliquary.
Okay.
That's the first thing on my mind.
Reliquary. Got there, town was barricaded, buildings were taken apart, turned into more
Really?
of... the entire inner town was more of a fort than an actual town. The
That's
monsters
strange.
there weren't like the ones that we fought in Cobalt. They looked human, but once they were dead, they shed skin and had the gray, no ears, or ears covered, and they were sensitive to sound. The further in we got, we met 3, they called themselves aunties. They were hags, pretty much, very powerful, and pain in the ass to deal with. And in the church that used to reside in Reliquary, there was a man called the Father who was creating the curse blood, and I'm gonna like motion a bow, who worshipped a thing called the Thousand-Eyed, or
Ardor.
No, he was using Ardor. He wasn't worshipping him. He was using Ardor to create the curse bloods, and he even mentioned using me to create the curse blood. So don't know if it's a primordial kind of thing or elemental, some kind of...
Can you would you mind restating the name of the being he worshipped?
I have it in my notes. I know for a fact that I have it in my notes. I just don't know where it is. It was
stretching.
the 1,000 something, or the 1,000 armed. It was like the
The 1,000-eyed.
1,000-eyed something.
That is the same creature, the cult in the north. worshipping.
Yep, the 1,000-eyed. And that he said that Ardor is getting tired of using his blood, and he also referred to either the 1,000-eyed or something else as the Great One. And he also mentioned something about Soulless Ones and the Beholder and Great One, and he said something about Agira Kasa. I'm pronouncing it wrong. Rue, forgive me. However,
Wait, sorry, what did you say?
it's
Agira Kasa?
something. I have it written down. It's Gihrakazih.
Can you type it in?
Yeah, I will do that.
Githrakazil?
That maybe.
Can you
It
type
could be that. Yeah.
Sorry.
It's spelt horribly wrong because I didn't ask you to spell it because I was trying to like do it really, really quickly.
It's in the Roll20 chat, Cole.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Githrakazil.
Okay.
That's
yeah,
what
yeah,
he
yeah.
called Bo.
Okay.
He called me his firstborn.
Like a leader of some sort. So that's.
I was the first one that he got.
Well, at least we know that the two towns were connected by the same cult. I'm sorry that
Fantastic.
or that you had to be involved. Though.
But moving on from that, we did eventually dispatch him instead, and soon after we helped rebuild as much as we could before we eventually left for Spectre Island. On our way there, we fought a couple of giant eels, some crab people, the Incarcenized.
I remember the giant eels when I went, but
They're
I just hope you didn't end up going overboard, because that's what we did.
not fun.
no, our
Really
voyage
died.
was rather safe. We never made it to the mainland, but we got lost and turned around, and after the third week, we gave up.
Well,
Only sailor that can go through all that is Daniel.
Daniel Freeland, we all my
Daniel.
lives.
I've heard of him.
Bo
Best
actually
sailor in
had
Livliker.
a great idea, and it worked pretty well. If you're wanting to travel to Spectre Island, checking the salinity of the water. I don't know how he did it, but you'll have to ask him about it.
I think I'm a bit too weary to travel to Spectre Island as.
Just on future. And then we ended up stopping at an island halfway through, just because I don't remember what happened to the ship. But
You
stop for
guys-
supplies. Like when it got
Yeah, you guys beach yourselves.
Okay, yeah, okay. We ended up beaching ourselves on an island, had to repair, ended up exploring. I'm gonna look at Rue and be like, do you want to tell him, or should we, like...
I wouldn't know how to word it.
I'd
you
rather
can
get
go.
it from the horse's mouth.
Okay.
really.
Oh man, okay. We found a church while we were exploring on the island, and there was a statue that I found the blueprints of. I don't think I told you guys. The statue was supposed to be of me, which was extremely confusing.
You
Wait.
you have to delve into the whole thing. You can't just tell him
Oh,
the of you.
all right.
It's a lot.
It's
It's
a lot.
A lot.
It's a lot. Big
So
info.
to go all the way back, all the way back, I was trapped in a cave for 36,000 years.
As you say that, you watch as Oslo kind of like cracks a smile because he thinks you're joking, and then you just keep the same face, and he's like, "What? What?"
I wish I were joking. I truly, truly do. I was
36,000.
Yes, I was trapped, lucid in this, state in a cave for 36,000 years until I was found by,
Real quick, go roll a d6 for me. Continue.
6.
Okay, hang on, let me pull it up. Continue. You can continue.
Okay. So I was found in, whatnot, but
Another
the
bolt of
reason.
gold. Another bar of gold just.
Like in the
But,
room
like,
with us or
he's still
outside?
processing 36. It's in the room. He's still processing 36,000 years, and he's like fully in the story. Arnulf's like,
I'm just gonna go and grab it real quick. We don't know. It happens. I don't know. Just
What?
pocket it real quick. Just I don't know.
money shouldn't be allowed.
No,
Oh.
we don't.
Can I
no.
check it real quick as I'm
sorry.
like just like overing it? Oh no,
Logo.
my stuff froze. Sorry, everything
Stole your
froze.
money, bitch.
Sorry, everything froze. What happened?
You recognize
It's
the
Odiadius.
logo. It's the Odiadius logo.
Fuck! I'm gonna say that out loud, just like, fuck! Stop that!
So as that's happening, Rue, you're continuing your story.
Oh.
Right. So, when we went to the island, we learned of all these different churches, worshipping me, which ended up being, since I was a religious figure, they needed a very strong religious figure to spread around the island, and, to, I guess, increase, like, worship for a certain spell. And I was chosen, so...
So as you continue on, his face just gets more and more confused, but continue.
I guess that's pretty much it. I'm the champion of my chosen goddess.
Oh, I'm Irona.
Actually,
Yes.
Oh no, not Irona. Sorry, you worship Tithys, right?
Yes, more specifically, yes.
Right. I can understand why you were hesitant. Tithys is seen rather in a bad light. All right. I don't really understand, but that is quite a tale. Actually, what is? Okay. He's like, I really kind of got lost after the whole thing. I was kind of caught up on the time, but then you started talking, and I was like, wow, that's a long time. It doesn't matter.
It's something that I'm still processing myself. Because I didn't really understand. I had my memory wiped of it all, so I didn't really know until we went.
Right.
but anyways,
Wow.
that happened. We eventually made it back to the actual island, itself. Ended up finding another town. We ended up finding Theogen. Real, by the way. Pain in the ass.
He is
Great guy.
fantastic. What does he look like? What is he like?
He looks like one of my people, but now.
He's like my height. He's like,
That's a good joke, Daenerys.
I'm gonna
And
silent
now,
image
I'm
a picture
serious.
of Theogen in my hand, just like,
So you do that, and he's like, he backs up a second, and you watch as Arnold stiffens a bit, and he's like,
just.
"Oh, actually, you conjure minor image, and nothing happens.
I hate this magic garbage. He's an owlin.
I can guarantee you that the people we fought were not like Daenerys.
Well, the people we saw there seem to be like that.
So it was
I
all
think
one-
Lothric would take out one of the blue flowers out of his jar and sniff it, visualize a memory of
The forget me
Fusion.
nots?
for Oslo.
Would that work?
Ooh, I don't know.
I mean,
Uh,
could
hang
it?
on, let me check.
That's
One
so
second.
smart! Oh my god, that's so fucking smart.
The oral magic.
I didn't think of that.
Types, God.
It's working. The brain.
The brain,
It
you
worked.
there
So
got
you pull out the
cells.
forget me
There
not,
now.
and you're like, oh, give this a smell, and he's like, why? What?
No,
Just
doesn't Lothric
smell
have
the
to?
flower.
No, wait, doesn't Lothric have to smell
Lothric-
it?
Oh,
Lothric has to smell it because he knows what
Yeah,
fusion
I-
looks like.
yeah.
Does he have to? Oh,
Yes.
okay.
There
So
we
you,
go.
You
Yeah.
sniff the flower, and all of you immediately remember Fusion for what he is. Specifically, him rising out of his fucking like throne
Yeah.
and his wings being spread as
Yeah.
the lights of 1,000 candles
Yeah.
backlighting. And as that memory begins to fade, Oslo is like wide-eyed and his mouth is agape, and he's like,
Told
What?
you.
"On earth was that?"
That's fusion. I told you.
That was Phaeton.
And Arnulf kind of like steps in and grabs your arm, Lothar, and he's like, "How did you do that? We have an anti-magic field. What?"
Well, I don't quite understand what these flowers do, but most of them have characteristics that
And we
give me a
don't.
certain ability.
And we
and
don't
the
know
blue
that we
ones
got
help
them
me
from
remember.
gods, right? I'm so sorry.
You have no-
Yeah,
You
so
know
we
who
don't know.
Philondrath is.
We don't
but
know.
you
We
don't
just know of
that you
him.
got the. Yeah.
Fuck.
But
You know that
The
you have
blue
to spread his
flower
name,
helps
and
me.
you know that he gave you some gifts.
Wait, we know that he
it
gave us some
helps
gifts.
me remember.
Yeah, you don't know that these are the gifts, though.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Continue. I'm so sorry.
Well,
Uh,
the blue flower helps me remember memories. So whenever
Well,
we need to
why does-
remember something,
Okay. You all are.
Really cool.
That's a word I would not use
And
lightly
a headache.
to describe the group. A headache, that's more like it. Arnulf, make a note to increase the anti-magic field in the room, please. And Arnulf
We're
immediately,
sorry.
like, he's already writing like
We're
6
sorry.
things down in a book.
We're sorry.
There's like smoke coming off of his journal with
It's
how
like-
fast he's writing.
So sorry.
You can see his brows are fucking furrowed. He's pissed, dude.
Oh god.
So
He's like sweating profusely and just, oh god, I have to write this down.
A bar of gold
Um,
appears and a fucking picture of Fiji. And they're just like, what the fuck is up with these people?
right, I can't believe we were fighting bears the whole time. No offense to
Oslo?
Daenerys.
If I may, from what I found while we were there, it seems as if the memories of this kingdom were erased.
By
What do you mean erased?
Like,
how did Fiji put it? Like
the research that I looked through was about memories. And so that's how we found out about Rue's past.
What?
I have documents, and it's very well documented, but
If you wouldn't mind giving those to Arnulf so I can. He's the smart one. He's always been.
of course, it's very interesting. Apparently, the kingdom was called Iclia.
Right. No, it was called Ecolia.
Icalia, sorry.
Oh, Ecolia, not Iclia. That's a minor change. Why would that change?
I'm not totally sure, but that's the direct translation.
One
Go
thing I would
ahead.
advise to your men, if they see a black book, tell them to wrap it in chains and bury it.
All right.
There's so
I have
much more to
hundreds
that.
of black books. Why?
Just
Bo,
trust
Bo,
me. Just
you,
trust me.
Bo, sweet Bo. Oh, God. It's a magic
I will
thing.
heed your warning. I'm sure that our magic field would prevent that from even entering the premises, although with what just happened, I suppose not. That being said, I will be sure to lock down every black book within a 10-mile radius. Can never be too careful. So what happened then? You met this Fiojin, you found out about who?
Met Fijian. He sent us to help Iclia or Icolia. So what's the proper pronunciation of the actual island? Not his pronunciation, but like the actual
Icolia.
Icolia. That's what I thought.
Icolia is the proper pronunciation.
Okay, so
And as you're talking, you watch as Ozzo, his eyes begin to water, and Lothric, he looks at your hand and he's just, his eyes start to go wide as, like, Spark begins to, like, twitch a little bit, and then settles back down. You still haven't gotten out all the kinks yet.
oh,
And then he just goes back and he's waiting for the explanation.
well, there's this giant death dome, and we are idiots and walked through it. Well, Lothric ended up getting the shit end of the deal, lost fingers, and then, god damn it, and then, we ended up going into the Grand Library of Iclia,
Which
and
it's important to note that it's very similar to the library on the floating isles.
except, how did you describe
Not
it?
inside, but the outside.
You said it was a lot more colorfuler than the one at home tonight?
Right. The paint hadn't faded or anything.
But, we ended up going inside. Massive mechanics. Giant machinery. It was very impressive. Ended up having to tussle with some library automatons, which, not my favorite, but, you know, expected.
Ships, and that's why the city was built. Long-standing rivalry. That being said, Daenerys, unfortunately, I would advise against flying in the city. I'm sure that you saw the ring of clouds around the city. The dome is up. No flying creature can get. Apologies for not bringing it up soon.
That's good to be noted. I will be sure to coordinate that to my people as well.
Alright, so you went through the dome,
Went through the
and
dome,
you went to the library.
ended up fighting some automatons. There were massive machinery on the inside, and you could change floors, and I still don't know all the details of it. It was very impressive. And then we ended up fighting what Fijian called the demon, which
The demon.
I'm gonna pull out the fucking claw.
Okay, so you,
I'm
out
gonna
of your
just
fucking
like
stupid tiny little pouch,
just
you and as you're like, as it keeps going, Oslo is like, you watch as his face, what normally would have been surprised, is just like, he got used to it a while ago. He doesn't, nothing's surprising him now, and he's just like,
so
"Alright,
this
what is that?"
So this is the claw of the thing that almost killed me, which super fun.
What's the claw?
This is a claw, like, of. And I'm gonna hold up my
That's-
finger, motion to everything. I'm like, this thing was massive. Killed it.
That's astonishing.
It was very impressive.
Killed it.
Killed it, puts it away. Killed it. I'm trying to give him like the rundown version. Like, I'll tell you the better story of everything
Yeah,
later. But just trying to get the info out. We killed it, ended up doing the spell, everything, found that, went back to Fiajin. He sent us back to out of the War Waste, because we don't know if the War Waste is still the War Waste without the creature there, because that's what was causing the chaos magic in the ocean or whatever is.
There's a lot of words you're using. I'm picking up so few of them, but continue, please.
I'll write it down for you. It's fine. And we made it home, and here we are.
Wow, that is...
A lot, yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot to do in a week. I can't imagine.
I'm still very
How
sore. A lot of us are
hard.
sore.
My respect for you runs only deeper. That being said, I think that now it's time that we discuss our game plan to travel through with Liqueur. We will be going through Solili, going around the great...
Ooh, what's the mountain pass called? Cole, you fucking idiot. You forgot to link that one, didn't you?
Cole,
Give me
can
just
you
a
keep
moment.
going like that?
Ooh,
Can that just be
oh, I
can that
forgot.
just be
Okay.
Oslo's voice now?
Fuck up.
Fucking
not
awesome.
not the cool Scottish voice, just that ooh wee. You guys need to leave in 2
Ooh-wee.
days.
I remember to link this in my Obsidian page. Oh, what with the web and such.
Oh, what have I done? Oh, no.
Give me just a moment.
I'm Oslo,
Actually,
king
let's-
of
No,
Liv
it's not.
Oh,
Let's
God.
take a 10-minute break.
Okay.
Wait, I found it. Shut up. Never
Okay,
mind.
never mind,
We're
pause.
going to-
Dude, just
as
kidding.
usual.
Oh no!
You need to go to the bathroom. Austin?
Do we want to take
Austin,
a
you
5-minute
okay?
break?
Yeah, I'm stretching.
You need to
Okay.
take a- Oh, okay. Alright. So he says,
No,
we
he
will
just
be
nodded.
traveling through Solili, going around the Spinebrook mountain range on the sea, and through Ancoin to the capital city of Kay. We will be traveling through Solili, through some major cities, down to the south to go through and around the Spinebrook mountain pass by ocean, then be traveling up through some major cities like Lilea, to the capital city of Smyrna. And that is where the Akala will be held.
In,
Now,
what is the
it's-
city called? In the capital? What is it called?
Smyrna.
Okay.
S-M-Y-R-N-E. I will put that in the roll.
I'm sorry.
Why are you laughing?
It's like Smurf.
Smurf. You said it like Gargamel.
Smell.
Smurfs.
Yeah, it's
Smyrna.
it's like Smurf, but somebody with
He has an
dyslexia
accent.
typed it and
It's an
it's
accent.
Smyrn.
Shut up.
Alright, so, he says, in specific, we will be traveling back to Azuma. A large guard will be traveling with us, along with my eldest daughter, Kelsey. We will be traveling with Lord Delore. Unfortunately,
Ah!
Why do we have to take him?
Lothar does that out loud.
Yes, he does. He
Why?
goes,
Why do we have
"Oh,
to
God."
take him? Can we just leave him here, or we can drop him
We
off?
have-
And he
in
travel
Sleely?
with you.
What if he
Arlo
just
he
leaves
travel
us
with
hits
here?
in
you.
and says, if it makes better sense, Lord Delore has seen something and refuses to talk until he is under watched protection at all times. We figured we might as well take him with.
Fucking bastard.
Can he travel with you?
He will be traveling in his own cart
Yes.
in the back.
Thank God.
Good.
He gets
Um,
the back. The butt.
I
Sorry,
do have one
we-
thing to say, though, Your Majesty.
Nothing but negative with that kid.
Right, what's that?
You said we're going back to Solili?
Yes, we'll be traveling through Nawadu onto Ukulu, then Yawthorn, Falash, Algots, Moshe, I believe, and then hitting the waters and traveling up to Mespin, then Lilea, Tabazopolis, and on the long road to Smyrna.
I have a personal goal that I need to carry out in Yawthorn. Is it okay if we're able to take a little bit of our time once we get there?
Luckily, you've made very good time. In the 3 months deadline I gave you, you managed to complete every task you set out in only about a week. So, yes, it is more than fair. If we didn't stop there, we would probably end up stopping in Leia, so we could go to the Great Market, because that place is fantastic. And if you've not been, well, you should be excited.
I apologize for needing to drag you into Emberhide's domain, but this one's a little personal.
Emberhide.
Oh yeah,
Ugh.
that's the whole nother fiasco.
Yeah, we got some stuff to take care of.
Well, as long as you're not murdering anyone, I'm fine with that. And he kind of like looks around at all of you. I need all of you to roll a group deception check.
We're not planning to kill him. It's only Bo. No, I am not partaking. Can I?
You roll, or he berates you.
Magnus would enjoy that. Let's be honest.
I rolled good.
I got a 10.
Fucking dead.
I got a 7.
You got 17?
Yes.
I got a 23. I got a 22.
Jesus Christ.
I got a 10.
I'm a fucking liar. What do you want from me?
I got an 8.
Well, it's a damn good thing the DC was 10.
It's a damn good thing that I'm not associated with you fucking murderers.
We're gonna take a 5-minute break because I have to piss.
Oh god.
Okay, medium energy.
Alright, we're back. Shut the fuck up! Shut up! Shut the fuck up! We're back! Alright, cool.
It's yelling again.
I'm just yelling at me.
Alright, so,
Happy Father's Day.
you all passed the
Aw.
check. Aaron, shut up. That's dumb. It made me laugh. And Ozzo kind of like looks around at all of you and he says, I went into a Scottish accent talking normally. Wow, that's a new line. He says, right, okay, no murder then. Fantastic.
I'm trying to find my daughter. That's what it's not. Yeah.
That's personal business, but I hope you find her.
He's like, don't want to touch that football.
Yeah, talking from one father to another. Daughters are the greatest thing that's ever happened to me, and the worst. Kind of like looks around the room and he says, so we'll be traveling with the matron of Alathor, Isabella Califax. She is one of the best. I don't think you've met her yet. She's far too busy, probably drinking. That being said, we will also be traveling with about, oh, I don't know. Let me check. Check. We'll be traveling with about 16 to 20 other people, guards in specific, just to make sure our convoy goes according to plan. As soon as we're out of Livliker, though, it is all up to my 6 matrons that will be traveling with us, including Isabella Calf. And as soon as we hit Solili, she will be heading back to Livliker to govern Alathor as she does, and then it will be just us and my daughter. Do you all have ideas? Anything that you want to bring up? Oh, of course, Lord the Lord. How could I forget his punishable?
Promise to be on our best behavior.
What was that?
Magnus is just like, at the punchable face, is just like, we promise to be on our best behavior.
As long as he stays away from us.
Well, I think you'll be happy to hear that he hasn't said a word since the cave-in. So he refuses to speak until again, as Ornolf said, he feels he's safe. He has been incredibly well. He said words. It's mostly just they're looking at me. They're watching. Get them away from me. I need to be safe. They're watching that kind of stuff. He refuses to talk about anything else. So he's going to be in the back with his own personal.
Is he like okay?
Is he like
Isn't it unwell then?
Incredibly panicked, and I don't know if that man's ever been well in the mind, but it's not my decision to make. It's
Well.
Arnold's. I suppose that you might be able to get to him, though. You've shown him that you're more than worthy of a title. Maybe you could talk to him. He won't talk to me. God knows.
we
Yeah.
we can try. I
Talk.
can try my
As
charm on him.
new honorary matrons, I think it would be in our best interest to at least try.
Magnus is doing like a full grimace, and like you can see all of his like teeth and everything. It's like his fangs, and he's just like, I don't want to.
Talk.
Yeah.
We'll talk. We'll talk.
Shut up, Bo. You'll punch him in the face.
We'll talk.
Yeah, I will.
Talk with words, not hands.
Oh, are you okay?
It's so
Are you
spicy.
okay?
It's so
So spicy.
What'd you get?
It doesn't matter.
It's fine. We'll talk about it later.
Right, talk. Don't lay bodily harm, or he will probably press charges, and you'll have to go through that. I mean, I'll protect you, evidently, but legal fees and all that. That being said, as soon as we hit Solili, the plan is to stop in Yorthorn, as you said. That's actually not a bad idea. At the Akola, our goal here, people, is to get the other statedoms to lend us their vote to convince the Empire that we need help from outside. So, seeing as how Yathorn is sort of the impromptu capital, not quite the capital, but the place where all the controlling members sit, it may not be a bad idea for me to go and visit and try to
Sweet.
gold up some palms.
Okay. And is this one gonna be like? Sorry, never been to. Oh, they know, by the way, the fucking Otomanius thing. Never been to an
thanks.
emergency one. Yeah, sorry.
That was difficult. I mean, I don't normally like to lie, but
No,
that was
I apologize, but like personal hurdle, got over it. Never been to
fantastic. I'm glad.
regular.
Together.
Yeah. Never been to emergency Akola. Is that gonna
Emergency.
run the same as normal, or are we?
I was
Where are we
only
at with
at
that?
one when I was a boy, and that was when Sequestria was being attacked by bandits. Nobody ever knows what Sequestria is like, so them calling for aid was out of the blue. And honestly, them calling for aid again, just recently, really surprised the Empire. But from what I can remember, it's just like an Akola without a dance.
Okay.
So formal
Dance?
meeting.
So it'll have the
Yes,
same.
there's always a dance at the Akola meeting of the states.
It'll have the same like feast and everything, and the meeting, and
Yeah,
The-
most likely. Although I believe the feast comes after.
yeah.
The Akola starts at lunchtime instead of at dinner time, and then it goes to lunchtime because it's an emergency and you have to get all the states to agree.
I figured. Sorry, just wanted to check basis with that. And then with the trying to persuade them to like lend aid, are we like telling
You're
them
to be
everything?
on your best behavior.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You're going to be telling them what you think would be best to tell them to get them on our side. Heart-tugging stories, money laundering schemes, it doesn't matter. They're never they're not quite as nice as I am, as I'm sure you know, Agnes.
Nope.
What if one of the said members who may or may not be there is the reason why there's a hard tugging story?
There's many.
Depends on if they're the villain or not, but as long as you leave Vasselheim and Jorlheim alone and convince the rest, well, here we go. How about this? Vasselheim, Sequestria, Livlaker, and Ankoin always side with the Empire if they make an empirical decision. So Lily, Jorlheim, and Astelborough are the three outliers. Although Astelborough is the heart of the Empire, as they might call it, they're actually quite divisive, and their representative, the representative of the Emperor, usually just sides with who has the most votes. That being said, because 4 of the statums normally side against a movement or an action, us being not one of them, we only need to convince one of them to truly work, one of the 3 floaters. But if we can get all of them to agree, we get support from every statum, which means a whole load of stress off my part.
Cole, would I know? I wouldn't know the representative of the Emperor. It changes, right? Or
It changes every meeting.
okay, and
They're
it
usually some pompous douchebag, though.
yeah, and it wouldn't. Would there be a chance at the representative being my father?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Never.
Okay. That's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure.
No, your father explicitly hates Akalas.
Mm. Anyways, sorry. Just had to get that thought out there.
It's alright. So, I'm going to lay down some ideas and rules for you here. Please try to remember them. I can go over them again in the future if you forget, though. Just as long as it's not 3 minutes from the meeting. First and foremost, Vasselheim and Jorlheim despise each other. Not as much as they despise the Empire, but they hate each other. Trying to get them to agree is like trying to stop Aelia's hunt. It's damn near impossible. Secondly, Solili can almost always be swayed by an amount of money or personal gain. Sequestria will always side with what the Emperor or the Emperor's delegate chooses, because their delegate does not speak common. Mystery as they. Astelborough will always side with whoever has the most votes, so Sequestria will always be one to the other. Livlaker will be bringing up the issue we do not need to vote. And Ankoin, despite them being a horribly corrupt and infantile religious statum, they do have some sensibilities about them, and they will only cast a vote that follows their religious doctrine and rule. I hope that you can provide some insight.
I will do my best to do so.
Any questions?
I guess my question is, what is my role here at this event? Will I be representing my people?
You are to represent another person that went through and saw what's happening in Livlaker. You will also be representing your own people, so you should choose.
Okay.
It is entirely up to you what you want to do and who you want to talk to. I will not control you. You have your own royalty to accomplish.
I appreciate it.
The rest of you, though, you'd better stick with
Okay, so
Forget.
I got nothing.
So we have to rub elbows with nobles, some of which have been responsible for some of the most heinous things, or whose families have been responsible for some of the most heinous things done in history, and hope and pray to every single deity, spirit, whatever you name it, that it's actually successful, that your country gets some help.
So you watch as like the anger towards nobles that you clearly exhibit. You watch as like Ozzo goes from his normal cheerful to like really serious, and he looks at you, Bo, and he says, "I suggest that for the greater good of my people, you put whatever biases you have aside. It's not a good look."
Because I respect you, Oslo. You have my word.
Fine. Oh, this tastes old.
God damn it, Cole.
Whatever, it's not bad.
And speaking of looks, do we have to formulate some kind of appearance, as in clothing, so we look presentable during this meeting?
I thought I was going to be worried about dress up.
Arnulf will handle all of the Arnulf will handle all of the small things like that. I trust. And Arnulf is like, as he looks over to you, he's yes, I've already have some ideas picked out for each of you based on your titles that you've given us. If you don't like those ideas, we can discuss it in the future. However, your official clothing you will not be wearing until the day of.
I'd like to request something that covers my face.
That cannot be done.
No. If I have to suffer, so do you.
Apologies. Face coverings are, well, they don't really... They're not allowed. It's a very specific line of dress. It has to be very formal. And your full face has to be in view as to not... It's old laws. Things that trace back. Apologies.
Well, sure we'll have time to discuss all of this on the road. Any other needing points? So sorry, Cole.
So spicy.
What is it?
It doesn't matter.
I'm yes, well, apart from our travel date and time, I suppose that's all. Once again, please keep this, under your tongue. There are... Oh, right. Kelsey. And Ozzo's like, right, Kelsey. I want you to make sure that Kelsey is alright, and from here on, this stays to us. Do not tell her. I'm appointing you her personal guard.
Us,
Okay, of course.
right? Okay. And
She's
your oldest, right?
the heir to the throne.
Yes.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. Sorry.
She's the heir, and if things were to happen to her, the North Tower would fall. Dalathor would be open to attack from anywhere.
We will protect her with
Our
our
lives.
lives.
Thank you. Truly, thank you. There will be 4 carts. One will be driven by horses. Your other horses, along with mine, will stay here. unless specially requested. The other 3 carts will be driven by Boarhawk.
Ooh. Okay.
Very well.
That's normal. It's normal to see Boarhawks driving carts.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Like, most of the carts that you see from the Griffmoors are boar driven. They're like fucking huge. They're the size of horses.
Mm.
They're hardy animals. And Bo grew up on a farm with them.
Yay.
If we have our own mounts, can we utilize those in the travel?
By special request, yes. However, it entirely depends on the ship that we are taking. Oh, the ship that we are taking, yes. Undisclosed. I'm not allowed to tell you, as advised by Arnulf and Clay originally.
Right. Well,
Okay.
It should be large enough to hold live cargo, though, I suppose. Is that too much? And Arnulf kind of like rolls his eyes and shakes his head.
well. Any other questions from any of you?
I think I understand most of everything.
I got all my questions out of the way.
And Daenerys and I can up them on manners and such.
Yes, of
Arnulf
course.
will be more than happy to teach.
Oh, that'd
And
be
we talked
fantastic.
about
As I said, we'll as we travel through Mivlakar, there will be about 16 to 20. Not sure on the full number yet, including Isabella Califax, until we get to Salili. The moment we get to Salili, Isabella leaves. And as we go through Salili and into Ankwin, it will be just... The greatest threat that I see here is in Livlaka, unfortunately. Somebody is out for some reason to degrade my name, my title, and my power.
I understood.
For those of you who cannot see our camera view, it looks like Cole is screaming because of how spicy the
I'm
thing he is
silently
eating is.
It's
so
fucking hot.
spicy.
My face is.
I
I'm
still
sweating.
would like to know what
Like,
you're
his
eating.
face is
Cole.
pink right now.
I'll tell you later.
Just don't. We're role playing right now, guys.
Get some milk, dog.
I don't own milk. I'm lactose intolerant.
I don't.
There's
own-
a thing called non-lactose milk.
I don't own milk.
Right. Are there any more questions? And he looks at you, Rue.
No, sir.
Please don't call me Sarah. Just call me
Oh.
Ozil. Then you may all go about what you wish. The day is coming to an end, and you can feel like your internal clock has been ticking this whole time, and it's about probably 7 p.m. Oh, right. There are a couple shops that you might be interested in if you'd like to hear them.
Please.
Sure. Got some extra
And
coin.
he kind of like gestures, and Arnulf steps in, and let me go to
What?
Alithor.
Okay, so Arnulf steps up and he says, "Right, well, no, that's what the just happened. Right, there are quite a few things. First is the Rage and Hammer, the blacksmith up on Clear Row. The Cracked Helm is another armorer on Clear Row. Then there's Arliana's Apothecary, that's on Meat Alley. He's a herbalist. He does spells. He has spell components, and some potions. Enchanted Mountain, obviously, although with Magnus, I'm not sure. how much you want to do that, considering.
You guys can go without me.
And I'm sure that the inn you stayed at, the ones we paid.
Earth and Wind.
Earth and Fire.
Earth and Wind.
Earth and Wind. Earth and Wind, I'm sure that they might be happy to see you. I'm not sure if they're still in town, though. I know that they were planning their honeymoon sometime soon.
Oh, lovely.
Then there's Archomalaxis's Weapons. He's a weapon maker. Quite a name, I know. He hails from a whole different continent. Strange one, doesn't talk much. Then there's the Madman's Artificiary. He sells artificer components, spell components. He's in the South Plaza. It's a small gnomish man. He's a bit strange. It's called the Madman's Artificary because it was originally called the Artificary, and then people started calling him a madman. So take that as you will. If you're looking for a tavern to get a good drink, there's quite a few. There's the Greasy Lizard, the Gooey Virgin, and the Paladin's Drink, all on the main road to the north and south. Through. Okay. Was it the Gooey Virgin?
Yes, it was
No,
the Gooey
it
Virgin.
was the
because that was the
Paladin's
one that was
Drink.
recommended to Bo. That was the one that was recommended to Bo whenever we first got in this fucking city.
There's also the Labyrinth. It's a tavern in Hayward, which is on the far end of town. You have to go out of your way, but from what I hear, quite a lot of entertainment. If you're looking for something a bit more, well, either way, there's the Lusty Tome. It's an inn. It has an inbuilt brothel.
Oh.
There's also the Bone Man's Cupboard, run by a man named Gilch, I believe. He always has a story to tell, so if you're looking in the mood. And there is the place called the Silken Sheets. That's an inn if you want to stay the night there and then come back to the palace. That's fine. It's about 30 gold a night to stay there. But from what I've heard, it's well worth it.
Honestly, I'd like to stay at the inn we stayed at when we arrived here.
If
The
they're
Earth and
open.
Wind, I'd love to check in on them.
If they're
Well,
open.
like I said, we may be out. I know that they were planning their honeymoon. So, with that knowledge, this meeting is now concluded. I will go write out these notes and begin preparation.
Is
Yes.
the post office usually open at around this time?
Arnolf kind of just looks at you and he says, they don't open... let
They're
me
not
check.
open on Sundays.
Yeah.
It's mid-tide, so the post office, run by the Gryffindors, will not be open until Oof's Day, and we'll be long gone by then.
Damn.
If you
Okay.
want,
Do you need to send a
I
message?
can send a letter forward to be sent instead, and they will send it on Oof's Day, but
I have. I sent a letter to my mama, and I'm gonna be sending another one to her if I can, and one to Sybil back in Reliquary.
very well, if you wish, I shall remain. I will not be going with you on your travels anyway. I can send those letters myself and see to it personally that it's sent.
I really appreciate that, if you'd be willing, yes.
Of course. Anything for a matron. And he kind of like looks around and he says, are there any more requests? Oh, regarding mail, by the way. Magnus, you have a letter. It's... well... from what I've heard, it's like 3 sentences.
Do you have it on you, or do you...
He kind of pats his pockets, and then he reaches into his coat and pulls out one, and he says, he flips it open and he says, right, yep, that's it.
I'm gonna open it real quick, and just like one
it
eye.
It reads, Elias did not accept the money, written
Okay.
from Falmore.
Yep. I thought that was the case. He's gonna, like, crumple it up and just, like, put it in his satchel.
Okay.
Just like, okay.
All right. Well, are there any more questions or concerns?
I don't have any.
No.
Then the meeting, as I said before, will be concluded. I will see to it that these are drawn up, changes are made. You are free to roam as you wish. Naslo kind of like goes to the door, and you hear boom, 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 as he pounds on it, and then you hear and then the door as it begins to open. You were let out. You may
Wonderful.
do as you wish.
Right.
Yay.
Do we want to go check Earth and Wind to see if they're there? If not,
Yeah.
we'll head to Silken Sheets.
Yes, this is
Not the gooey virgin. Saying
Are
that
you
now.
sure?
Did
Are
I
you
say the
sure?
gooey version?
No.
I didn't. Thank you. Anyways. Shall we buff?
Yes, I believe so.
sounds good.
You
Okay.
fucking call! Call! You can't just pop up like
Oh,
that!
becoming
It's just
a
like,
fucking
whoop!
cryptid.
I'm trying to emulate Jim Carrey as much as possible.
Oh,
working.
righty then.
Alrighty then.
Jesus
Um,
Christ.
So, you all exit the
War room?
servants'
War room.
war room. Thank you, the servants' quarters.
Yeah, thank you.
And you head back into the courtyard. And as you make your way through the courtyard, you see that a lot of the guards are now making a wide berth around the peonies, and they're still alive.
I tip my hat to them as I walk by.
As you all walk by, they all salute you, and the salute is very simple. It's just like they straighten up, and that's it. And as you make your way, the great gates of Castle Basileus open, and you enter the city. So,
Right, well... We'll...
as the sun begins to set over the horizon, the nighttime begins setting in. People begin milling about through the city, and there's a fucking sound in this ambience that's just a dragon walking through, and I don't know why. So when that happens, I'm sorry. I think it's coming like right now. And you all begin to walk through the city. You're all listening for it.
I want to hear
They're
the
all
dragon.
pushing their earbuds in.
I want to hear the dragon.
You begin to follow the crooked pathways of inlaid stone, blue stone that's now faded to gray. The buildings here, crooked and not built to spec, not built to be correct. They're tilting and sagging in the mud. Some are held up by boards entirely. The gray roofs, as you see a large ring of clouds in the night sky, as this reflecting the sunset as it goes down over the horizon. Rain on the outside, but perfectly dry on the inside. The calm night begins to beckon you, and the chilly air begins to set in as you all make your way towards the Earth and Wind. It doesn't take you long to remember how to get there. And unfortunately, as you approach, you see a small sign on the door that says... Gotta scroll up. Kind of goofy. Heck. I know I wrote it. Sorry, give me just a... That's strange. It says, notice, we are out for our honeymoon. We will be back on the 1st of Akaria, Vel's Day. And we recommend you go see... What tavern was it? Sorry, I don't have it for some reason. It just disappeared.
Is it the one with all the entertainment?
Or the
Yes. No, I don't remember.
The one on the edge of town.
Sorry. I don't have it, and I don't know why I don't have it. Unless I know I wrote it down somewhere. What the fuck?
What
Well,
are you
either
doing
way,
in these woods, pants boy?
They are they are closed. So, unfortunately, they are out for their honeymoon.
Real quick, I'm gonna scribble down "Happy Honeymoon." Sign the Band of the Wild Storm. Fold it up, slide it under the door if I can.
Those are pretty big. You could fit a couple of coins in there if you wanted.
Oh yeah. Fold it up, slide it under. With a gold
Pretty big
piece.
Can
Oh.
Like
any of
I'm gonna
put,
slide
like,
them
drawn-
both like so they're in there.
Yeah, they're in there.
Can Tanya have drawn like the family insignia of Dorathea in there?
On the note, it's like, Daenerys, do you want to sign this as well? Does anybody else want to sign the the honeymoon note?
That's
Oh,
okay.
absolutely.
The happy honeymoon
I'm
card.
alright.
Yeah.
And Bo
Sure.
takes out a stick of charcoal and just signs.
Okay. You
With
all
his full
sign the honeymoon note for the lovely couple, and you begin to head your way towards Silken Sheets. Giving a general sense of direction, why don't somebody roll an investigation check for me, just to ask around.
Alice is
Yeah,
good.
I'm not the one to do it.
I'm the one to do it. Yeah. 20. I got a 12. 20.
It's so spicy!
My god.
Oh, come on!
Am
Erin
I-
was drinking something. She's choking now.
Am I
That's
able?
not my fault.
Can I?
You're killing me, man!
It's not one of our characters
him.
is gonna die. Aaron's
He's-
just gonna die. Just the players.
Aaron just dies.
Can I charm somebody to be like, Silken Sheets, please? With my
you,
20
you
20
do that
roll.
to a woman, and she says, well, yes, of course. The Silken Sheets will be, and she just points you and tells you the exact directions, and she gives you a wink as she walks off.
Thank you, love. I'm gonna off. Just politely.
Okay.
So you guys begin walking towards
Subtle.
the Silken
Real
Sheets,
subtle.
and you exit the inner walls of Alethor to go towards it. You end up going to what would be the very rich neighborhood of Alethor if it wasn't already a wealthy capital. These buildings are pristine. They're well kept. The streets aren't dirty. There's not a lot of people in them. This is like, it's all perfectly bluestone, well-made streets. And you come to this building that is 3 stories tall, and it is like a fucking beacon. It is bright white. Torches and sconces lighting up all around it. There's gold trimming on all of the windowsills. It looks like something out of a Hallmark Christmas movie. Like it's just very suburban perfect. And there's a very posh looking gentleman standing outside. He's fucking huge though. He's about 6'2", and he, like, from his forearms alone you can tell he's pretty ripped, and he's just standing there, and he's nodding to patrons as they come in and smiling, and then he will like see a guy who's like stumbling drunkenly down the street, making sure that he's not coming towards him. This guy's a bouncer. So
Walk in.
Okay,
Like,
who's... He's intimidating.
I'm gonna walk in.
I guess Lothric will go up to him.
Okay.
Yeah, big man!
Can I, as Lothric is trying to talk to him, just like walk in with like going to go get a room, like a
Lothric steps
normal
up.
fucking person does?
As Lothric steps up and you begin to walk through the door, he says, "Oh, excuse me, sir. This is members only. You'll have to pay a fee to get in and become a member if you wish."
Alright, how much is
Not totally ignoring Lothric.
how much is the memberships?
It's only 5 gold per person, sir.
Okay. That's not bad. I'll bear with me, and I'll pay the 5 gold
Oh,
for the memberships.
That will be, and he just looks at you and does some quick math. It'll be 25 gold pieces.
Of course, 125 the gold. And I'm gonna do 2 extra gold for tip.
Oh, why thank you, sir.
Of
Might I
course.
say, you all look resplendent. However, there is a dress code, so the first thing you should do when you get to your rooms is clean up.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Dress code how?
Clean.
The basics are just don't look dirty.
Sorry, we've been traveling.
Sorry.
Understand that, sir. It's a nice night and a lot of traveling to do at an inn, so by all means, welcome to the Silken Sheets. And he opens the door. There are so many people. And as that happens, we are going to take a 10-minute break. All right, break's over, nerds.
Is it? Has it been 10 minutes already?
Yeah.
Damn.
It has. So, I gotta.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
I
Rubber
just
Maggie.
realized I don't have a tavern.
Oh.
Oh wait, yes I do. No,
Oh.
no I don't.
That's
That's
close enough.
So as you all enter, there's a ton of people in here. There's about, if you're for the non-autistic ones, you can spot a room, generally count how many people are in here. It's about 100, 120, and it is a big room. Like you saw the front of it. It's about, I don't know, the size of a house, but it just keeps going back. And there's table after table after table after table, and people here are dressed to the nines. They look good as fuck. They are wealthy. And in the far back, you see a pristine white bar with a beautiful elvish woman. Like she has gold face paint of like elvish runes across her her cheeks. She has long black hair that's tied up into a ponytail as she's wiping down the counter. And as she sees you come in, she gives a brisk smile and then immediately turns to a patron who's requesting a drink, and almost automatically pulls a drink, pours it, puts it on the table, puts it under, and then waits for you to approach.
I'm gonna have Lothric approach her, and he's going to speak Elvish to her. He's gonna ask for a few glasses of wine for him and everybody else in the party.
So, staring past the dirt that's covering her face, she kind of gives a brief smile and speaks back in Elvish. That's surprising. I was not expecting a man like yourself to know Elvish. Of course. And she very quickly, very fluidly, almost from her sleeves, come out 5 glasses as two, and then she just pours, and they're ready in a flash.
And then, how much for a room? Oh, sorry, I forgot. Whoops.
A room per night is 30 gold pieces.
Are we getting our number 2? I'll say in Elvish.
One might be fine.
1 for all 5?
We generally try to keep away from large parties in a single room. They really typically only have one thing.
Rue's speaking common, by the way, as she's saying all this. She's like, I guess 2 then, unless...
I'm gonna lean
don't
over
want-
to Daenerys and just be like, I have no idea what the fuck they're saying right now.
I'll ask for 3 rooms,
Okay.
3 rooms. Very
so we
well.
can each.
That will be 90 gold pieces for a night. How long will you be staying?
I'm gonna look at the party 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's up to you guys.
That will be 180 gold pieces. You can pay now,
Alright.
or per night, or whatever you wish.
Lothric's gonna reach into his pouch and pull out the matron emblem and ask if they
Do you guys do military
offer
discount?
a reduced price for. Yeah, it's
You guys do
basically this
military
world's
discount?
version of a military discount. Yeah,
She sees
they
the matron's
offer
and
discounts for matrons.
She sees the matron symbol and she says, "Oh, I see. Welcome, matrons. First of all. Secondly, unfortunately, we do not offer discounts. However," and she reaches down and brings out like a full bottle of like dwarvish brandy and just sets it on the table. And she says, "That is compliment of the house."
I will
Well.
thank you kindly. Appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
It's fucking huge.
Yeah. Cheers.
All right,
Oh.
well,
Just shaking
thank
her
you.
head. She's like,
I'll put down like 50 gold.
How much is it again?
50.
Okay.
She's
But
like,
if-
"Oh my, a
Got
most generous tip. Thank you."
Yeah.
For the 3 rooms.
What are you putting down?
It's 180
Ruse
for,
tipping
for the
50. Okay. 180 for the rooms. Lothric's gonna like put a coin purse down with the 180 gold pieces.
All right, very well. If you have any troubles, talk to Gilligan. He is the muscle, although we don't like to call him that. He's more of a pretty deterrent, I like to think of him.
He was the guy outside.
He's a lovely gentleman.
What do you say, Alice?
He was the guy outside.
Yes, that's Gilligan. Oh, and if you're in the mood for any card games or chatter, we do have as she points to like the other end where like you guys came in on the right in the right corner there. There's like a couple of tables free, and they're like playing card games. And there's like a small stage with like you see what's the cat people? Like you never remember their
It's
names.
Tabaxis.
No, not Tabaxi.
A Leonin.
furries.
Lionel. No, not Lionel. What the fuck?
It's a tabaxi.
Leonins.
No,
Leonins.
you're saying Thin Mints?
Linens.
Leonins. That's what they're called. Thank you. It's a Leonin. Why are you throwing your hands up in the air?
Because I said Leonin.
You said Tabaxi, you
No, I said
motherfucker.
tabaxi and I said Leonin.
I didn't hear
Anyways.
that part because your mic cuts out.
Anyways.
Why aren't my fucking...
Guys, she's so pretty.
I has Esma, okay? Leave me.
I'm sorry. I didn't
Jesus.
know.
Anyways.
You can see that the robes she's wearing are almost very traditional. She has a very beautiful necklace made of like what looks to be like jade and sapphire. And she points to the corner and she says, right, so that's where you can have fun or tell stories, hear stories. Jalen, our in-house bot, will be more than happy to regale you with stories of her own. And that is the Leonin you see. It's a female Leonin.
Lothric's gonna gently nudge Bo.
Talking to this one.
Jesus Christ.
The camera zooms in on Bo as he has flashbacks, and his eyes are just. He's got a 1,000-yard stare. Just.
It's just
Oh shit.
Well, thank you very much, miss.
of course.
Which
And
way
she
to
extends her
our...
hand to Yuru, and she says, "My name is Selena
Very nice to meet you. My name is Alhat Ruesh.
Alhat Ruresh. I must say, I love your skin tone.
Thank you, thank you. Where are you from, if I may ask?
I'm from Myfall. It's a far country. I am assuming you're from I'm assuming you're from Iseno from the way you dress.
Where's that?
Iseno is a different guy. You've never heard of the place.
Never
It's
heard
like,
of that.
that's what they're calling them.
Okay. No, actually, I'm from the Shadeville Valley.
Oh, I've never heard of that. It sounds quite nice.
It is. Oh, I've never been to the place that you've mentioned, though. I bet that's lovely, though.
Well, maybe I can take you sometime. I'm sure it would be fun to show you around. And she, as she says that, she takes her hand away and goes to the other end of the bar and starts pouring into.
Right. Well, we got keys. Did we get keys?
Yeah, she gave you keys.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. I'm gonna. What the rooms? What are we splitting? How are we splitting them?
How you splitting the rooms, guys?
Normally we split it between two, with me, Daenerys, and Rue, and then Bo and Lothric in another. But I guess Bo and Lothric can separate, or I don't know. You guys decide that.
Well, I was actually gonna room by myself for the night. I have some stuff I'd like to take care of.
Sure.
Okay.
That's fine with the two of you.
Yeah, we paid for 2.
We paid for 3.
We paid for 3 rooms.
We paid for 3 rooms for 2 nights.
Oh, okay. I guess I can stand my own then.
Cool.
Okay.
Alright.
So, Bo and Lothric are each taking a different room, while Daenerys, Magnus, and Rue are all taking their own room?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. That's going to be difficult to remember, but I trust you all to remember it for me.
Yes.
Okay.
We're pre-established bunkmates.
Pre-established bunkmates!
Pre-established bunkmates.
So, what would you guys like to do in the Silken Sheets Inn?
We're just gonna go
I'm gonna
upstairs.
go. Lothric's gonna go wash up.
Or not upstairs, just to
He's
the
gonna
room.
get clean.
Magnus.
There is an upstairs.
There is an upstairs!
That's where the rooms are located. It is a 3-story building. There's an upstairs.
Yay! Oh my god, yes, I'm
I've
gonna go
decided to
upstairs!
incorporate upstairs every time.
Stairs.
You get confused. So.
We love stairs.
We're gonna
Bo's,
go upstairs and I'm gonna go get washed!
yeah, Bo's gonna take a shower.
Going upstairs,
Shower.
not gonna get washed.
You're trying to
that?
say I was gonna take
A
a
bath.
shit.
A bath.
What's that?
The fuck do you mean, Cole?
Okay, so Daenerys and Lothric, what do you have to do? Daenerys, you're perfectly clean, by the way.
What?
Yeah, Daenerys is like.
Lothric's
they're
gonna
like,
go wash up.
they're like, oh, we have a clean policy. Daenerys is like,
And she finds one speck of dirt on her feather, and she's like, "Oh, sorry."
Bo's also gonna be cleaning his clothes too, because god damn that.
You can't remove
No.
the chaps.
Daenerys will just
wet
go
chaps.
to the area that's for entertainment.
Okay, so as you sit down, what the fuck was the Leon's name?
I don't know, Cole. What was the Leon?
I don't remember it. I didn't write it down.
It started with a K or a J or.
Jalen, thank you.
Jalen. Yeah.
I'm
I
gonna
help.
put that in the wrong time.
Zoe just, I helped.
Jalen.
Fuck, I need more medicine in my system.
Selena.
I helped.
and- All right, so Jalen, as you sit down tonight, she says, "Oh my, a visitor from another place. What is it that your story holds? I wonder." And she begins playing a song on the flute.
Is it a pretty song?
It's a pretty song.
Is it a good song? Is it a pretty song?
It's not a good song. It's very somber.
Oh.
Oh.
That killed the mood.
We're just like, okay.
Daenerys just gonna stares down at her talons in somberness.
It's like
That's
when a
very
sim
RP
listens
of
to
you,
sad
like-
music.
Yeah. So the rest of you, I want you all to roll a dexterity saving throw to see how well you clean yourselves.
Oh, Christ.
Can I have advantage?
No.
I'm a clean little lad.
I got a question. So is
You don't keep
Bo
your shirt up.
like he's in a separate room,
It's a separate room.
but is he within 10 feet of me within that room? In his own
Shut
room.
the fuck
Are
up.
they?
No, these rooms are actually quite big. They're about 20 feet by 20 feet each. They're pretty big. They're lavish, dude. They have full bearskin rugs. The sheets and everything are made out of a very peculiar kind of silk. Magnus, roll a history check. And sorry, I've completely forgot to describe the rooms. There's an entirely different attached room for the bathroom, not just like a curtain like usual. The beds themselves are huge. They're feather made. They're lavish. There's a window that has flower pots on the windowsill, overlooking the nighttime drive or nighttime streets. There's curtains that are made of some other kind of cloth. You don't really know what these cloths are. What did you get, Magus?
I got a for history. Sorry, I was still thinking about other stuff for my shit. 22.
These are imported cloths from the continent of Myfall. These cloths are expensive, like very, very expensive. So much so that maybe about a yard could go for a couple hundred gold pieces. And this is fucking lavish. There's like an ice box in the actual room itself that has like different kinds of wines and champagnes. And there's like, it's just green, it's bright, it feels alive. And what do you all get on your dex throws?
I got a 15.
So you don't clean yourself quite as well as you did Lothar, but you clean yourself pretty well.
I got.
Thanks.
I'm fucking dead. I got a 16.
You clean yourself a little bit better than Rue.
I also got a
23.
16.
You will never attain the aura of cleanliness.
The
you held
cleanliness?
that day, Lothar. It was like coming out of the womb.
Lothric doesn't know.
It was being born again.
He doesn't know.
Oh, you know, you felt being that clean.
The
What did you
feeling
go?
of clean.
23.
Yeah, but he doesn't know
23.
Rue cleaned him.
That's not
Oh,
what I'm
you
talking
fucking like you get down in dirt, you scrub it. There's like
He,
6
like,
layers
under-
of dirt and shit. Yeah, you fucking clean up under the hood, under the gooch.
Under
you
the
fucking
chaps.
clean yourself, and it's pretty nice. You feel like
Oh my god.
a new man.
Do I smell like a nice scented candle?
If you want to, sure.
Yeah.
With
I'll
a
smell
roll
like,
that high, yeah, you can.
I'll smell like a nice, not like too strong, but like a nice like smoke and whiskey kind of thing.
Do they have
All right,
scented soaps?
They do have soap.
They have scented
soap.
soaps! I'm stealing the scented soap.
Okay.
Magnus is going to like a fucking Best Western and stealing every soap she can.
We
They
don't
charge you
have
afterwards
soap.
for it, dude.
I don't care. We don't have soap.
I'm talking about the Best Western.
Oh well. No, but I'm stealing the scented soap because.
Oh, my fucking balls hurt, dude.
Ow, my knee.
My
Cole, I think you
nutsack!
need to go to a doctor for that.
No, I pulled up my fucking shorts too high and crushed my nuts.
Anyways. Guys.
Alice, please keep this part in whenever
It's,
you edit
it's
this
staying
episode.
in.
please.
It's staying in. I think I might
Yes.
just raw post
I don't
this
want
one.
my coworkers to see this. Please don't watch it.
When God's balls start hurting.
You-
That's when we get wildfires.
That's how earthquakes happen. The dog
Yeah,
gets
yeah.
kicked
He's
in the
going.
nuts.
"Ugh."
That's how fucking a king can get poisoned.
Anyways.
So you're all relatively clean, and as the night drifts on, what would you all like to do?
Is there a desk in, like, a desk or something, or like a table in the rooms?
Yeah, there's a full dining table.
Magnus is gonna sit at the dining table, and he's, like, writing in his journal, and then ripping pages out, and, like, crumpling them up and throwing them aside. He's pretty much just trying to write what he's going to say when he tries to message Cole, because that's in his plans.
Okay.
So he's just like, there are little things of paper, and he has like a glass of wine next to him.
It's pretty fucking good wine. Too.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it's really
it's good
expensive.
wine. Fuck yes.
Like this is
Not zombie
high-
infested wine.
Yeah.
It's not zombie infested wine, which is a bummer.
Damn.
Rue's gonna kind of like walk up and be like, what are you doing?
Struggling. I'm just gonna lean back. I'm trying to write a note to my brother. I would like to try to contact him with the whole sending thing, but you know, when you haven't really talked to somebody in 8 years, it becomes hard to...
There's a limited amount of words from the sending stone, right?
25, but not sending
That's-
sending stone. That's has its downsides now, but yeah, and he's gonna take a sip of wine and he's just... So yeah, what are you doing tonight?
Just, I wanted to go and join Daenerys by the bar that's playing, but
You should go see what that elf is doing.
I feel like I might be disappointed.
You
I don't
just-
think they're as good as our bard, but
He's he's definitely gonna bullshit that. This is such a fucking she's really like, shut up, go flirt with the elf, leave him in my shit, let me drink.
okay. Come
thank
join
you.
us if you'd like.
I
Rue's gonna walk away and go to the bar.
Okay.
Magnus is gonna sit flustered in his shame and just keep working on this stupid thing.
Alright.
Alright. Back.
Cole and
Back.
Lothric,
Alright.
what are you two doing? We're on stream,
Um,
Alice.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, fuck.
Fuck you.
So, I think. Oh shit! I gotta stretch. Ugh. For the first time in a while, being able to relax fully. I think Lothric's gonna sit on his bed, and he's gonna use his whisper ability,
Okay.
and he's gonna think about all the past memories that's happened to him ever to this point. He's gonna get the whisper if knows if Drew is alive.
You keep cutting out. Can you repeat that, please? No, it's just connection issues.
No, no, not good, Austin. You're laggy.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Up.
Uh-oh. Am I laggy? Is it our Wi-Fi?
no, it's just him.
No, that's
Okay.
him.
Lovely.
Okay,
Hold on.
try again, Austin.
Ooh, that is a bad connection. I'm not hooked up to the Wi-Fi. I don't know.
Hey, there we go.
Okay, so after being able to relax in a while, Lothric's gonna sit on his bed, and he's gonna use his whisper ability.
Okay.
He's gonna think back on all the past memories that have happened up to this point, and he's gonna ask the whisper if it knows if Drew S is still alive.
So, roll a d10 for me. And then tell me what the
Okay. You said it.
d10.
Okay. Oh, I got a 9. Oh.
So you hear... It's not just one word, which is... Usually it's like a yes or no. So you hear, "Oh, Lothric. I don't." What would Bo like to do? Since he's a clean man that smells like smoke and whiskey.
But like in a good way, not in a gross way. Bo is going to,
Can we make that a shirt?
Smells
in
like
a good way,
smoke and
not a
whiskey
gross
in
way.
a good way, not a gross way. And it's like written in the Jack Daniels font.
Yeah.
I'll get on it.
I'll work on it. We all will work on
We'll
it.
get on it.
Okay,
Yeah.
continue, please.
And that also needs to go with like a bow collection with a vial of acid.
Anyways,
Yeah.
Bo is going to take a glass, or no, he's gonna take 2 glasses, set them down. Is Daenerys at a table?
Yeah, she's sitting at the table.
Okay, he's just gonna
Music's
set them.
changed by now. It's much more chipper.
Okay, he's gonna just set them down and just says,
Rue is also there.
"Okay, Rue can also be there." He just says, "I want to talk about some things with the 3 of us, if that's okay." But
If you need me to go, I can go take a seat at the bar if you guys need privacy.
you're more than welcome to stay. We've come close enough. We don't need to have that kind of thing anymore.
Rue's gonna like get up pretty quick. She's like, "No, this might be something that you two might need to handle. Just because we're close doesn't mean that you guys can't have one-on-one. I'll go elsewhere."
Okay.
Rue's gonna kind of go and just like sit at the bar or whatever.
Okay.
Tan, do you want to... We could... I don't know. This is a loud environment, and I would understand if you don't want to talk here. You go up to the balcony if there is one. No balcony?
Nope.
Damn.
I mean, no better place to talk than here, I suppose.
Yeah. I don't know. More than anything, I just want to know how you're feeling.
A lot happened. I mean, learned
Bo
about
is pouring the Dorpish brandy into a glass for the both of them at this point.
I mean, you learn about a whole family of people that disappeared, and it's like, oh no, makes me feel empty in a way, you know?
Yeah. As someone whose family did disappear for a little bit, yeah. It's an emptying feeling.
So, you have a daughter, right?
Yeah. Her name's Lorea, and she's the prettiest girl I'll ever meet.
Lovely name you chose. Or whoever chose it.
There's an issue.
Hmm?
Make noise really quick. Make noise. This is an
Ba
oh
ba
hello.
ba 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 ba.
I am an American man.
I'm Tim doing Tim
American man. That needs to go on a fucking t-shirt.
I'm an American man.
My room is so fucking hot right now.
All right, we're good. That's an oh hello.
It's so hot.
So, I just
Oh,
don't
okay.
want us to get copywritten. I was like,
Yeah.
I've never heard this song before.
Wait a minute.
I was thriving. I was like, hell yeah, we can fucking do this.
So just so you know, if you're trying to copyright strike us, I know that it's automatic, but we don't control what some of these happen as a new bot metadata. It's not under our control. We're not trying to do that. If you have problems, we'll edit it out, I guess.
We're sorry.
Shut up, Alice.
Fucking.
Please continue.
I didn't choose the name.
Who did then?
The master of, or the guild master of the Thieves Guild in Yawthorn.
I see. Well, why did that happen?
Why did he raise my daughter and then eventually get hung?
God,
No, it wasn't the guild master of the Thieves Guild.
It wasn't?
It was a bandit camp that attacked your town and raised your daughter.
Oh, okay, my mistake. I thought it was the Thieves Guild for some reason.
No.
No, it was a
That's very
bandit.
important that it is not the Thieves Guild.
Okay, cool. I apologize. No. Have I told you that whole story about how this happened?
I don't think so, actually.
Whenever, when I, around 3-ish years ago, whenever I used to be a town guard, a huge raid of bandits came onto Gawthorne, and this is gonna sound weird, they killed me. And I thought they killed my wife. One of them did. Problem with that, though, is that my wife managed to escape our burning house, and she went into shock and gave birth. So, whenever that happened, my wife was wearing a dress with a flower print. The flowers were Lorea's, and I know that the leader of the bandits, or the bandit who was taking care of her, has been hung. And now, I don't know where she is.
Well, it's a name with great meaning then.
Daenerys, roll a history check.
Dirty 20.
So, in the small amount of time you had before arriving here in Live-Liqueur, on your fly over, your kind of like elder, almost brother figure, that guard, kind of. Sorry. It just Alice's camera looked like there was an earthquake going on, but she was erasing stuff and it shook the camera.
Oh.
He told you a lot about like the different countries or the different statedoms in Lineral. Not much, but from what you remember, the Lorean, the flower Lorea, is the national flower of Solia.
Interesting. Okay.
Anyway, please continue.
Bo's gonna take a swig and just say, I don't know. I've been quite callous to you over a long period of time. And more than anything, I'd just rather get someone who I consider my friend. I would want to get their opinion of how things are right now.
How do you mean, how things are?
I want to know your perspective. I want to know what you think about all this.
I think it's a whole different world out here. It's always so catered and protected in the floating isles. I'm down here and it's like, you know, you only read so much in the books, but you don't get to experience it in real life. It's really, it's not that it's like I was arrogant to it, but there's a different kind of arrogance that I've shown to you, and I apologize.
Believe me, it's okay with how rude I've been. It's deserved.
I'm very sorry to hear about your family. I mean, I'm so family oriented, I couldn't imagine.
Yeah, as someone who is also really, really, really family orientated, yeah, it's not a fun experience. But I'm appreciative of the family that I have now. I'm appreciative of the family that I might have if things go well. And I don't know. I feel like Rue kind of feels the same way with all of us being a family of some sort, but
Yeah, it's like
And with that, we're going to go after. Sorry, we do have to.
you're fine. Go ahead.
Rue, you sit at the bar, and the hot elvish lady is doing stuff.
Cool.
Um, nope, not that one. Shut the fuck up, idiot.
Okay.
No, not you. This
Okay.
one. Okay, we're
Okay.
good now.
Okay.
So she's like helping out some other people. Is there anything you want to do? Talk to her before
No.
the night ends?
Not particularly, no.
Okay. Are you sure this is like an opportunity for you to role play in character, and I'm giving it to you? This is an
Thanks.
extension of my hand.
Uh-huh. Come back to me? I gotta think.
Well, you're the last one on the list, so hurry up.
Yeah, dude, fuck me, whatever. I don't know. No, we're good.
All right. Well, then, as the night
Actually,
draws on.
actually,
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
All right.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I just had a thought. After sitting at the bar for just a little bit, I'm gonna go back over to Magnus after seeing them have, like, Bo and Daenerys have their little conversation, be like, I'm gonna go talk to my other party members, so I'm gonna go back over to Magnus. Wherever he's at.
He's in the room still.
Okay, so then I'm gonna go back upstairs and try to, like, go into the room.
there are more papers like slowly encompassing him than when you left.
What happened?
I don't. Words are hard, and they're stupid.
I'm sorry, I wish I could help, but what's a kind of hard for me too.
How should I end this? See you soon, see him 3 months later, or don't tell father?
I don't like any of those options.
Right, they're both bad. That's... And he's gonna close it and he'll be like, how was the bar?
It was fine. I went to go see, the music and whatnot, and then Bo and Daenerys needed to have their own private conversations, so I sat down at the bar for a bit, got bored, and decided to just come back up here.
Ah, they had their talk.
Is this a thing they've been planning for a while?
No, but it's been one that they've been needing to have. Speaking of, are you okay? And
Yes?
don't... with what happened in, call it quick, what is the town called?
Reliquary.
No, the other one.
Kalia.
No, the other one, the little one, the one that we first, the one she got
Asthma.
kidnapped in with asthma. Okay, thank you. With, what happened in Asima.
Oh, that, yeah, it happens, you know, it's not a big deal.
I want an insight check.
Roll an insight check. Roll a deception check or persuasion check, Rue.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, really? I rolled this die and I thought it was gonna be good today.
Them's the jits. We're going to go
that's a
till 10:30
4.
tonight, guys.
Okay.
Okay. That was a 4.
Oh.
As long as Austin, you're okay with that.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Oh, baby girl.
I don't gotta work Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Oh, baby girl. I'm bad at math. 25.
Aaron, are you okay with that?
What did you say? I'm sorry.
If we go to 10:30 instead.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, 25 versus a...
4.
Are you lying?
Yeah, she is like 100% lying.
You can tell she's lying.
He's gonna sit for a second. Do you want to stop bullshitting me and yourself, or are we gonna keep dancing around that game?
I just, don't see
'Cause-
what there is to talk about, you know? You guys saw what happened. There's not much to say.
Well, as someone who comes from a household who deals in slaves and other topics of the sort, if you need to talk about it, whenever, I'm here. Daenerys is here. We're all here.
I know, it's
I know it's hard.
just one of those things that I didn't think you guys were gonna come save me after that.
Why?
Like, we hadn't known each other for very long at that point.
Why?
Someone was you guys were on your mission, and I was just the honorary babysitter turned party member that kind of got stuck. And I thought you guys would just see it as like, oh well, off we go. Because you guys were on your mission.
Fair.
And obviously, that didn't happen, but it's just, I was just really scared, and I appreciate that you guys were there. I really, really do. I just don't know really how to say it.
He's gonna give you like a soft smile, and it's just like very, like, easy. Well, if it helps, Bo Lothric and I only knew each other for 3 days till we got in our first bar fight, and they had my back, so it's kind of, once you're in the group, you're stuck for life kind of deal. At least for me, anyways. And with where Bo and I come from, we don't. I can't speak for Bo, but for me, I didn't want to think about you in that situation. So I couldn't help but.
I bet that wasn't a great thing for you guys to see.
I'm not so much as worried about us as I was you, but you know.
He didn't hit. It looks like they hit me a lot harder than they actually did.
Still. I'm sorry it happened.
You know, all things considered, I feel like I've been through worse now, so.
Have you? I mean, maybe with the whole memory thing, but if you want to talk about that too at some point or another.
Probably some point, but I don't think I'm ready now.
Okay. I'm here.
Either way, I am.
If you
I'm
need
quite
to-
tired, so I think I might.
Yeah. Night. Gonna.
Yeah.
There's like Magnus has already set out his bedroll on the fucking like bearskin rug and everything, and it's just like
You're gonna sleep on the.
I'm gonna sleep on the fucking
yeah.
floor, mate. I ain't sleeping on the bed.
Sleep on the fucking
I ain't fucking floor, mate. I ain't sleeping. I ain't sleeping in the
Oh,
fucking
great.
bed.
John Mallory
The
is
fucking
here.
bed.
Fucking great.
All right. So, as the night draws on, eventually you all end up heading to a brisk soft. And before long, you all take a long rest and awaken to a brand new day. Silken sheets it. This is your one day to go about the town, sell what you need, buy what you need, talk about what you need with Oslo or Ornal. You may do as you wish.
Magnus is
Immediately as
Oh.
we get up,
As you guys wake up, though, each of you wake up to hear on your doors.
oh, I'm awake. Hold on.
Magnus is gonna do a full stand like in sleep and just like still trying to wake up. Go to the door.
Waffle
So as you go to the
hours, and he goes to the door.
each of you wake up in succession. Lothric first. Well, Rue first. But there is Selena with a full cart of food outside each of your doors as she says, "Oh, good morning. It is time for breakfast, and it's all been prepared and well made. So here you are."
Oh, thank you. You did not have to do
Oh.
that.
Thanks.
What is the
No, but
breakfast?
It is, it's a lot of food. It is so much food.
Are they
There's
all on like tea
any
carts?
food that you want. Yeah, on tea cart.
Okay.
I have never seen this much amount of food on one cart in my entire life.
I pride myself in my balancing abilities.
Do you...
Cole,
What's up, dude? Yes, there's vegan food.
are there fried eggs on this cart?
Probably.
Daenerys is gonna like stop and look at them, and then move on to the other food.
Traumatized.
If you're looking at monkey meat, you couldn't tell the difference.
Oh,
Magnus
well,
is like
thank you
still
very much.
still morning brain. Like, do you have spicy? Do you have something?
Yes,
Spicy?
we do. And
Oh
well, the
god,
fellow
please something spicy.
she pulls out like very peculiar looking food for Rue in specific. Elven in origin. You might want to try it. You might not. It doesn't look appetizing. She says, "I prepared it myself."
Oh.
Oh, give it a try.
It is fucking astonishing. It's like walking through a forest. It's like it brings all of the sensations of like cool air and
Oh,
my dad is cool air and a whole bunch of other things. It's really, really good food, and it's strange. And Magnus, as you begin to eat your food, this is some spicy ass shit.
Oh, fucking finally.
This is like
Yes.
This is like Astel. This is Ashmore level spice. It's been a while since you had it, and it's kicking your ass.
Because Yawthorn is like the American Southwest, does there happen to be green chili? Please.
No, green chili does not
Huh.
exist in this world.
Get wrecked.
That is something that I like to keep outside of my D&D because I love it so much. I could do no good with green chili. I can't improve that fact of life any more than it already is.
I'm hurt,
Shut up, be honored.
but Bo is gonna go over to Magnus and be like, how spicy is Ashmore spicy?
Ashmore spicy will fucking put you on your ass.
Gimme. Show me. Which one is it on this card?
Okay.
Please. Please.
Taste it first. I'm gonna like grab him a fork and just like small like. I'm assuming like Ashmore
Bo is,
level
like,
spicy is like Reaper chili, like ghost pepper.
This is
Level.
It's different from Yawthorn spice. It's
Hawthorne spicy is pepper.
Pino as compared to chili. It's a different kind of spice.
Bo is going to be like doing stretches and like prepping himself.
He's like getting ready
Alright,
to
let's
get
go.
his
Yeah,
face
he's getting ready.
melted off.
Alright. Gimme. I'm assuming this has like chili oil on it or something, like the
Yeah.
equivalent of Laugon Ma or something like that on there.
Magnus is sitting
Okay,
back and he's
Bo's gonna-
ready to be really, really, really enthused.
Bo takes a bite of whatever chili stuff is on.
He
is on the board.
knows. Magnus knows that humans don't take well to Ashmore spicy.
Bo, this is the hottest shit you've ever felt in your mouth. And it's fucking good. Like, you can take spicy, but this is like asshole wrenching. You're gonna be in pain for like 3 hours spicy.
How is it? Come on.
Oh,
words.
it's so fucking good.
Words. Yeah.
It's so fucking good.
It's good.
I don't know if I can ever go back to Yawthorne's, but pepper. I love peppers. That's just delicious. But this is good too. You and I need to start a business at some point, like a restaurant combining the two flavors, because goddamn, we would make a fortune.
You can talk to Lothric about that if you'd like.
Oh, this is delicious. And then Bo's gonna go back into his room, munch on some more food, and
So
get
you,
ready.
it's delicious. You as the door closes, and Selena standing there like, okay.
Is it like?
No.
Is it like?
I close the door, and all you guys hear is muffled screams.
Yes. Is it like actual Ashmore? Is it like actual Ashmore food? Yes. Oh my god, they have the imported shit.
You guys just hear like muffled screams behind Bo's door, and then he opens it up, and it's like all of his gear and his. Fine.
Investigating the spice. Roll an investigation.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't hear you say it. Sorry.
Sorry.
28. I rolled a natural 20.
So you're flipping the spice around in your hand, and as you look closer, on the bottom, in very fine print, you see Abelcor Trading Company, owned by Melina. This is spices that came in from Melina's company.
Interesting.
Uh-oh.
Is
It's poison.
is
Shit. All right.
Okay, cool. Is it like an actual spice bottle that I have in my hand?
Yes.
Okay. Do you mind if I hold on to this? Just like put in a little extra?
No, of course. Keep it for as long as you want.
Of course, thank you so much. Put extra
This food
like
is
on my
delicious. Thank you so
breakfast
much.
and everything.
Of course. I thought it would remind you of your home, and hope it did so.
It's-
Excuse me.
Yeah.
She kind of wheels the cart down to the next few doors.
Thank you. Good morning. Close the door.
Oh, that was some good ass chili.
Magnus like half eaten, not half eaten, but like there's a few bites taken out of it. Puts it on the table, lays back down, and goes back to bed.
Oh.
Like
Going cold.
You're already up. There's no point in going back to bed.
I don't want to be awake yet.
You've eaten. It's time to get up. We've got stuff to do today.
Fuck you. You're right. I'll get up and I'll eat his breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Begrudgingly.
Penny's just watching this interaction from the corner, like,
Daenerys,
She here.
Daenerys, do Eric Cochrans do seasonings?
Cole.
Your mother.
Do we season our food?
As a matter of
Wait!
fact, you have a litany of seasonings, but they're all gross. Like they're not people food. It's bird food.
Yo, we season our food.
Do you want to try Ashmore spice?
Oh, Daenerys.
Like
I
just
mean-
like just a dab. You don't have to if you don't want to. It's really spicy, but like, you know, do you want to try it?
Magnus, she will die.
You're not in the room.
You're not
Get
in here.
fucked.
Not in the room, idiot.
Oh, I thought this was happening in the hall. I apologize.
No, fuck you.
You already
We're
left
in
your room,
we're in
you
our
know.
room.
So, Daenerys, you can try it if you want to.
Smell it
Okay.
first. Smell it first.
Can Daenerys, like,
Smell it first.
okay, she'll sniff the
It doesn't smell like anything. This is nothing you've ever had before. It's intriguing.
I mean, there's a first time for anything, right? And she, like, kind of licks it.
You lick it.
Yes.
It's bland. It's really bland. There's no spice at all.
What the fuck?
And he just is like, it's kind of dry.
You didn't know, fun bird fact, birds they're not affected by capsaicin.
Oh.
That's so cool!
Yeah.
You need...
And he's like, this is the most bland seasoning I've ever had.
I am impressed and offended at the same time. Rue, do you want to try this?
Yeah, what's up? If I had to be honest, I haven't had a whole lot of very spicy foods.
Well, apparently I don't know what the fuck it is anymore because Tanaris just, like, called it fucking bland, like
I
salt.
I wouldn't. Cook, our taste palette is different.
That's true.
I'll give it a small try.
If you want to, go for it. By all means, I'm just like,
Okay, I'll like
How-
grab my fork.
how good is the food, DM?
It's really good. It's like, it's not Lothric made,
Okay,
but it's like pretty fucking
it's
good.
pretty damn tasty.
I'll take like my fork and take like a tiny little piece.
Try a tiny bit, just in case I'm not still crazy.
Put it in your mouth, you're like, oh, okay. And then it hits you, and the first thought in your head is, I should not have put this in my mouth. And that lasts for like an hour. It sucks. It is like you have to have your fucking tongue in milk for the next hour, kind of.
Oh yeah, that's not good.
You're like sweating, you're red.
Oh no!
It's
Oh no!
so hot.
Oh no!
God, help,
Oh no!
help,
Oh no!
Are you unwell?
help.
Tinaris,
Help.
ice knife!
Rue?
Tinaris, ice knife! Fucking scooping,
Oh my god, no!
scooping, scooping ice out of the ice thing,
No.
and just like
No,
putting it
no,
into
no,
a glass
no,
for
no,
her,
no,
out of the ice box, just like,
God,
just,
no.
So as-
No.
Do you put the ice in your mouth?
Well, no,
Walk away from me.
because
No.
because Magnus is so accustomed to spice, he doesn't know how to cure it.
Right, Rue, are you putting the ice in your mouth?
Fuck no. No.
I don't.
No, I'm not doing it.
Okay, well, so for the next hour, your fucking bow is shitting out liquid.
Yeah, you
I'm
hear
so
the
sorry.
screams of Bo suffering
so
in the other
sorry.
room.
It's fucking, his shit is napalm. Like, it's
I'm so sorry.
I forgot.
I'm
Why
so
do I
sorry.
feel bad?
I feel terrible. I'm so sorry.
Oh.
I'm keeping
After
this
that
to
hour,
myself.
you all settle down and you are free to go about your day. I will remind you of the stores that are in town. If you need them. Do you need them?
No.
Magnus is going to.
I know which one I'm going to immediately. but-
I need to be right back.
Yeah, actually, let's take a 10-minute break.
Yeah.
Cole, stop that.
Stop being a whore. No, Cole. No, Cole. Don't tell that woman. Don't let that woman tell you what to do. You're a strong, independent white man.
Damn straight girl! Alright, break's over.
Okay.
Break's over. Break's over.
Alright, so
Okay.
last we left off, the Band of the Wild Storm had just woken up from their long rest in the Silken Sheets Inn. I want you all to know that Kate's camera is frozen for me, and it's
It
on
is
the
also
floor.
Mine
frozen
was-
for me.
Mine was too.
Take a screenshot.
Oh, I'm sending it. I'm alright. I'm way ahead of you, does it?
You look so drunk.
You do look very drunk.
Just turn off your camera.
Oh
Kate,
yeah,
and
I can drink.
Or that was...
Guys, I got my ID in today. I'm a
Me-
full-fledged
me after
adult.
21.
Hell yeah. Anyway, so you are all free to do as you wish. If you want, I can refresh your memories on what stores there are. If not, then okay.
I would love to be refreshed.
Alright, so
I
that
think
would be-
Lothric's gonna go to the Artificer.
Okay, well, hold on just a second.
Sorry.
There were there was the Raging Hammer, the Cracked Helm, Arliano's Apothecary, the Enchanted Mountain, Arco Malaxis's Weapons, the Madman's Artificery, and that was the shop. Those were the ones recommended by Arnold. There's like
Kate's disconnected.
there's oh god, Kate, why?
Why must you leave us, you beautiful man?
Oh my
Oh,
god.
he's back. Cade, can you hear us?
My precious.
I can still feel his presence from the great beyond.
Oh my god.
Sometimes I can still hear his voice. Quit telling everybody I'm dead.
Oh, he's struggling.
Cade.
Okay, how was that?
Cade.
That's
Fuck you, Zoe.
Did you get it? Did you fucking get it?
Hello?
I was making a funny voice. She got that.
Yes! Yes!
So you all are able to do as you wish with your whatnot. You can go to your individual stores if you wish.
Okay.
Magnus wants to
I'm
go.
gonna go to the Madman's Artificer.
I'm going with Lothric.
Okay. So Lothric and Bo are heading to the
Madman's Artifice.
Artificery.
Oh, sorry.
Why am I wanting to call it an apothecary?
Well, there was an apothecary, but
Yep, there's Arliana's Apothecary.
No, like I'm fixing to call it Madman's
While they're
Apothecary.
doing that, what are Rue, Tenaris, and Magnus?
Magnus wants to go to the weapons maker. How did you pronounce it? It's like 12 fucking
It
letters.
is Archomalaxis.
Archomalaxis.
Yeah, so this
Please.
is the Madman's.
Can you sell weapons at that store as well, or?
We can probably.
He's a weaponsmith, so you will have to.
Okay.
If you're wanting to sell something, we can probably stop by a blacksmith's.
Okay. Yeah, that's where I need to go.
And before Bo and Lothric take off, hey Magnus, can I see one of those bars of gold, please?
Don't you have one?
Yeah,
I
Lothric has one.
Oh, I do?
Yeah, you do. I have 3. You have 2. Or I have 3. You have 1.
Okay, cool. I'm cool with that. Never mind.
Somebody else has another one.
doesn't
No,
Rue
you
have
only
one?
have 5.
Okay.
Or the 4.
Yeah. Because our
okay.
new one.
Daenerys! Don't look up at me
Whoa.
like that, you sexy son of a bitch. where do you want to go? What do you want?
What's going on a t-shirt?
Stop. Where are Rue and Magnus going? Are they going
We're
together?
going to
I'm
Rue
going
and
to the
Magnus are going
blacksmith.
together.
Yeah.
You're going to the
Uh,
blacksmith or the
Yeah,
weapons?
I'm going to the blacksmith.
Okay.
Didn't you say there was like a magical store?
The
Yes, there's
Mountain.
the Enchanted Mountain.
Okay.
There's also Apothecary. Rue, you're heading to the Rage and Hammer Blacksmith.
Yeah.
And Magnus, you're going to Arco Malaxis's Weapons.
Yeah.
All right. So
Actually, Tanny will just follow Rue.
Oh, okay. All right. So we'll start with Lothric and Bo as you head away into the deep city. You end up asking around and coming across this small little shack. It's like built in the corner of like a long alleyway. It's not like a shack. It's like a wooden building that's clearly standing out in like all these stone buildings. It's on like where the stone flooring, stone pathway ends and dirt begins to the outskirts of the city. This is the Madman's Artificiary, and from the inside you hear
No! No! Put that down!
ha ha ha. Damn.
Yep, these are my people.
I love him already.
Bo's gonna just stroll into the store.
Okay, so as you open it, there's a soft ding-ling-ling, and I need to do something. This one. So as you stroll into the store, you hear the muffled sounds of city life on the outskirts, and standing in front of you is a small gnome who has, like, his hair is like, poof! It's like twice his body size, and it's just jet black. He's wearing like 6-ring goggles, and he's like covered in soot, and he smells like ash, and all around there's like cogs and pipes and hydraulics lining the walls, and in front of him there looks to be the remains of an automaton he was trying to create but failed miserably. And he's just like, oh damn it, oh another one, oh. And as he hears the ding-ling-ling, he looks up, and his hair just like he's like a bobblehead, and he looks up and he's like,
Oh, hello, welcome. How may I help you?
Howdy, gentlemen. I'm working on a little project, and I need one last thing from you.
All right, yes, of course. Anything?
and he starts like sweeping the remains of the automaton away with his foot. And he says,
just step up to the counter.
and he goes around to the back, and you can see that this whatever this building wasn't built for gnomes. And he like and like climbs up behind the counter. There's like clearly like an elevated platform for him, and he stands. And he says,
Yes. What can I get you?
How many patches of gunpowder do you have?
and he falls off as you say gunpowder. And he's you just from behind the thing you just hear
Gunpowder he wants.
oh, and he like climbs back up and he says,
Gunpowder? Are you serious?
well, it wouldn't be. You would say black powder. It would be black.
I didn't know if I should call it black powder or spark
It's black
powder or... Okay. Black powder. I need black powder.
Oh, well, you're in luck. I actually make my own. It's not exactly perfect. They call me a madman, but I've created things that are great. They're fantastic. They work, and they call me a madman because I have this theory that things that make you sick are really small.
And like you see that his hands get really close to his goggles, and he's like,
They're tiny, but they call me insane because of it. I can prove it, though. When you wash yourself, you get less sick. I've been alive for 120 years. I know these things. Anyway, black powder, and he like, oh yes, yes.
and he and his little boots hit the
That's
ground.
a really smart theory, though. Oh, okay.
He starts walking away, and he like brushes past you both, Lothric, because you're just standing there, I'm assuming.
Yes.
And you watch him like clamber through like a bunch of big metal cogs on the wall, and you see like a doorway where you didn't notice one before, but it's like this entrance that's just the right size for a gnome through like hydraulics and cogs and fucking bronze stacks and stacks and stacks. And you hear ting 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 ting.
Ah, there it is.
Oh damn! And he can't get it. Like he's trying to tug it through the doorway. It's this huge fucking box. And he's like, and like, fucking copper and shit just goes fucking flying.
I think, oh, the old bones are weary.
And he gets up, and he opens the box, and he pulls out a single satchel, and he says, "This, my boy, is black powder."
How much of that you got?
I'd say.
Give me the worth in gold. How much in gold do you have?
Well, the ingredients are quite rare. So,
Let me look at my fucking.
Let me look at my
Hold on.
the switch.
I fucking love this NPC. I
Me
love
switching
him.
from my
He's-
character service voice to my regular voice.
He's as good. He's like just below Ilgrub.
right.
I
Well,
think it's silly.
This amount would probably fetch about 375 gold pieces. But for you, my boy, because I can tell you have the artificial spark in you. Yes, you do.
Oh, you
Say,
have no idea.
believe in my theory.
Yes, that makes perfect sense.
It doesn't it? That's what I'm saying. I'll
Look,
give
man,
it
I don't know.
100.
For 300?
300 gold pieces, and this satchel is you. I cannot guarantee its effectiveness, however.
Can I make you a deal?
Depends on the deal, my dear boy.
If I show you what I've been working on, this is something that I have invented and only I
He
know
immediately like up to your like fucking shins, and he's just looking up at you. He's like,
Deal, 200.
I take out the flintlock pistol.
okay. You take out your rudimentary pistol. It's like it's a fucking tube on a piece of wood with like a little for black powder.
What is it? What does it do?
This, my friend, is going to replace every bow, crossbow, and ballista that you have ever seen.
I'm skeptical. Show me.
I need the powder.
Very well.
And he hands it over.
Okay. It's like just enough for one shot, I'm assuming?
This pouch has enough for 4.
For 4 shots? Okay. Bo was going to pour the powder into I'm assuming the barrel, right?
Yeah,
It's
there's
like
this
a
little
musket type situation.
Yeah, it's like a musket.
Bo was gonna pour some of the powder down and take out like one small tiny little ball. It's like it's a bullet, but it's a ball. And he pushes it down into the barrel and like takes out he takes out what's left of safety stick and pushes it down the barrel.
Okay.
And says, "You got a test dummy?"
I have just the thing.
And you goes, okay, and he walks through the door, and like 3 seconds later you hear,
Oh, come on.
ting, 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 and then you hear, and very soon he pulls out. As he comes out, there's like a small robotic, like it's like it looks like if you took a spider and a man and tried to create a fucking creature, and it's just like
like the equivalent of a centaur, but with a spider.
Yeah, except it's disgusting and
dryad.
like, not at all that. And it's just like it's like as it like sparks a little bit. And he says,
This would be perfect. It's a horrible failure.
All right. I suggest both of you cover your ears.
Okay.
and he just Lothric, what are you doing?
I'm not covering my ears. I'm standing there.
Okay.
All right. Bo's gonna test out the flintlock on the shitty robot.
Roll a d20.
Oh my
Works.
god.
Ours.
Oh my god.
Cole, how do you feel about a natural 20?
A natural 20 will do
Shitting
it.
me, dude.
So, you and like you loaded way too much powder into this thing, and it's bent the tube. So you're good for about 5 more shots now. And the ball, and the creature just like, and just shuts down. There is about a good fucking 6-inch hole torn through the copper of the creature, and he's like,
Oh, by the gods, that's fantastic!
And Bo blows on the barrel for the smoke and puts it back under his poncho.
it is so hot, but you're like trying to look cool, and it's like it's burning a hole in you.
Yeah, he's just like, no, too hot. Ow.
And that's what you've been working on this whole time.
Yeah, what we talked about earlier with certain someone. This is gonna make this a little make that deal a little difficult, but I'll do my best.
Like it. Do you hear a ringing in your ears?
Oh yeah.
No, I don't hear anything actually. Say
'Cause you
because you
covered your
used some
ears.
of the powder, I'd say that it's about 180 now. That's fine. That is a wonderful. Keep me up to date with that. I would love to see where that goes. You seem like you have the real spark, my boy.
Thank you kindly. And he tips his hat with the barrel, and then he realized, oh shit, the barrel probably made the brim of the hat smoke a little bit, so he's gonna hand like the handle to the pistol of the pistol to Lothric and start like fanning or start like beating the hat down so that way it doesn't actually catch on fire.
Say, do come back and I can tell you about my theory on how lightning can be generated with a lemon and a piece of copper. I'm really close on this one. I can feel it.
You, my man, have the look of a genius.
Thank you. I know.
As his hair like kind of like
And I sit down,
there was-
I put the pouch of 180 gold pieces down for the powder, all of it.
he just like takes it and he's like, fantastic. And it's just like you hear it's lost in the coffin.
And there was something that I was wanting to know if you had any recommendations.
Of course.
With
Oh, that is quite a nice hand. Very rudimentary, I see. Who made that for you, might I ask? It looks like it might be out of the guild. No, not quite guild
I did.
material. Oh, fantastic,
he
my
did. And
boy.
Lothric's gonna point over to Bo.
I
Do you have
I
any?
can tell that you're starting. Oh, yes. Sorry.
Do you have any ideas on how to make it better?
Yes, I have quite a few. A custom job like this would take me about, I don't know, 80 gold pieces.
All right, count me in.
Can I
Very
hand him
well.
like the blueprint, like the schematics that I drew?
He's already wrote like you can you watch as he pulls out a scroll and like fucking like an expert just like and he draws out a perfect replica.
God damn.
Oh no. Rolled 2 4s.
Oh, never mind. Not goddamn.
Well, he would gain it. Okay, that's better. So he
I'm
moves
scared.
your hand, and he like he like his fucking goggles like and like he switches a couple of lenses and he's like
Yes, perfect.
and then he like just you feel a tugging, a pulling, a pushing like all on your hand and eventually he's like done and he goes away and as you look down it's like a fucking cutscene. First of all the fingers are in the proper positions now. And now your hand no longer has a chance to kill you.
Yeah. What?
That was an actual thing?
Yeah,
That's
been a
so
thing the
sick!
whole time.
What?
Every time you've been using it, I've rolled a d20 to see if it tries to kill you.
Oh no! What the?
As you can
But
tell,
Lothric's
I am
gonna
still
slide a
vigilante and
pouch
painting,
of-
but
80 gold his way.
Fantastic! He takes a coin out and like,
Yes, quite.
and drops it in. Takes the pouch.
All right, will that be all of your business?
Well, that's everything from my end. Bo, you got anything else?
can you help me straighten out the barrel?
No. This is your
Oh, shit,
journey, my
alright.
boy. I'm sorry. You're a new outfit. You have to learn the hard way from one inventor to another.
No, that's fine. And how?
Fuck! It's hot in my room.
Do I just make like a custom item in D&D Beyond and just put it in my inventory, or?
Yeah, man.
That's all I need from you. I got what
Alright.
I got my end of the bargain.
So as that ends, we move over to you. Okay, Zoe. Fuck you. That's my orgasm face.
Oh my fucking god.
We move over to, I guess it would be Rue and Daenerys as you head towards the. Where are you guys going? The blacksmith.
Blacksmith. Yes.
We go to a blacksmith.
You go.
Where's
So-
the blacksmith?
Eventually, you get there. It's on the upper end of town. It's not very far from the Silken Sheets, actually. And eventually, you get there, and you hear the familiar ting, 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 ting. As you approach, this is a different blacksmith than you've seen before. This is a... What is he? What race is he? So, remembering the Loxodon that Lothric fought, the big fucking elephant guy, this is a Loxodon blacksmith, as he is bent over this huge anvil, and he's just... You see that his hammer is actually attached to his arm. Instead of using a hammer to iron out anything, it is his full arm. It's just, he's wearing, like, basically greaves on his arms as he... And he doesn't see you approach as he moves back over and...
Hello?
Oh, yes. How might I help?
Hi, we had just wanted to talk to you. I need to ask about your opinion on a certain weapon that I have.
Of course, let me see.
I'm gonna pull out my mace.
Okay.
I was looking to see if maybe, any upgrades could be done to this.
Let me see. And he kind of gently takes it from you. For how his size and his profession, he very gingerly takes the weapon from you and he looks it up and down and he says, "Oh, this is magical. I could do some improvements on this, but it would cost quite a fortune.
How much do you think?
For skill in artistry like this, I would say 400 gold.
Oh. Okay. How much would you be willing to buy it for?
To buy it? Well, I don't sell many weapons these days, but it would make a good mantelpiece." And he kind of like hands it back to you, and he kind of like his like trunk kind of like swaying as it around. And I would give it about 700.
Okay. I'd be willing to do that.
I would be sort of devastated to see you part with such a beautiful weapon. I would be willing to improve it for, say, 350 if 400 is too steep.
Unfortunately, however kind the offer is, I do not have that money to pay.
Daenerys is also here with you, by the way.
Yes, but Daenerys is paid for plenty enough. I'm not gonna
And
ask
he's
Daenerys
just
to
standing
pay
there
for
like
any of
the
my stuff.
She's standing there like the standing emoji, just like.
That's alright, honest. I'd be okay with parting with it.
Well, let's see. How about this? And he kind of like... You kind of have to like step back to avoid his huge manner as he goes, and you watch as he ducks under a doorway and steps into his shop, and then he comes out as he... I see you have a shield. Now, and he pulls out a gorgeous shield. And he says, "This is probably a bit better for you."
Oh. That looks beautiful. How much is it?
I would sell you this for 150, and it would most likely be better than the...
Okay, I could do that.
Very well. Now, if I were to take that mace off your hands, Yummy, do you have another weapon you could use? I don't want to see you go without.
No, I don't particularly have a weapon on hand at the moment. What
I
do
would
you...
also be willing to take the shield off your hands and upgrade that and sell it on my 20 business.
Okay, that would be alright.
Very well. I would buy that total for about 775.
Okay.
Are you sure you want to do this? You want to sell your mace that your mom gave you?
It doesn't do nearly enough damage.
You could save up and
You
upgrade it.
can save
give it a
up
+1.
or
It also does an insta-crit anytime you press the button.
Oh, that's true. I forget that it has the insta-crit ability.
don't do this. Zoe, don't do this. Player to player, don't do this.
It's up to you.
Player to player.
You could also ask Daenerys for a loan.
I'm not
You
asking
can literally
you
ask
to
any of us
A
for a
small
loan.
loan of $1 million.
Small loan of $1 million. I'm gonna roll this D20. It's gonna be the best D20. It's gonna be
I want to die.
Okay, I'm not
Me
gonna sell
too.
it. I'm not gonna sell it.
Okay. We here at Dungeons and Destinies not affiliate ourselves with any political side. It's a joke.
Especially the likes of Schmonald Trump.
Donald Trump is a great
That's
Schmonald
good.
Trump.
in the
Can
end.
I instead
Dude,
sell...
what if Donald Trump has been playing a fucking character this whole
A
time?
Schmonald Trump. Oh, fucking god.
Can you do what, sir?
sell the shield that I have?
Okay, it says, "Oh, right, not willing to part with the mace. I understand. That will be about 75 gold pieces." And he kind of reaches back and fiddles around and he pulls out a coin purse. And very delicately, he starts pulling out one coin at a time and putting it in his other hand and putting it out. And he has to go very slowly because he's so big. He gets there eventually, and he puts down 75 gold pieces on the anvil.
Okay. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it.
Thank you for your business. Would you like to buy this?
Yes, I would.
Very well. So you can take away 75 gold pieces from your own pouch.
Okay.
Rue,
Yes.
you seem to really want to upgrade your maze. Are you
I
sure
do.
Are you sure you don't want a little help?
I feel really bad. You've paid for so much for us already.
Money finds its way back to us, doesn't it?
I guess.
Yeah, how do you not have money, by the way? Didn't you get paid like 500 gold pieces the other day?
I don't know. I have like
We have money from Theogen that you haven't used.
Yeah,
I
you
only
have,
have 215 gold. That's what my
You
inventory
have
says.
not been adding
you should
your
have,
gold.
You've not been adding your gold, Zoe. You
I
should have,
swear I have. I've been being like so diligent on it. I don't know
There
what
is
I've missed.
no way you absolutely missed the gold that I gave you as
you
Magnus
each got 500 pieces.
from
Damn, I
Theogen.
must have like seriously missed that.
We got 500 gold?
Yeah, each.
See?
Yeah.
Too.
No,
I had 300 on me.
The arms crossed stare.
no, I have told all of you because I counted it up and it's in my notes. I have 13,000 gold was given to us, or not 13,000.
13,000?
No, not 13,000.
Okay.
1,000 something.
1300.
Yeah, 1,300 was given to us, and it was divided.
Yes.
Yeah, and I had 300-ish.
Zoe, add 100 gold to your collection. How about that? We can look at the
We'll
details later.
figure it out
and
later.
retcon it.
Okay.
So
Okay.
have like 350.
Add 300.
No,
350?
don't
Okay.
add 350. Go
Oh,
up
okay.
to
Go up to 300. Okay,
You
got
still
it.
have to borrow from Daenerys to upgrade the mace if you want to buy the shield.
Okay.
It
Okay.
won't be nearly as much.
Okay.
My water bottle's leaking, or I'm just messing.
You're
Continue
just
to
a
offer
messy man.
What just happened? Sorry, my pencil flew out of my hand and I don't know how it happened.
Tenny will offer to pay.
For the maze?
Yes.
Right, well, it'd be 350 gold.
Right, right. And she shuffles around her bag and pulls out the money.
Very well. Come back, I'd say in about 3 hours, and it will be done. Takes it and immediately lays it in the forge, very delicately, making sure not to scratch any of the inscribings or the runic magic. And you can add a +1 AC shield to your inventory.
Sweet.
So,
Hell yeah.
in addition to the +6, +4, you get an additional +1.
Okay. Great.
So, Daenerys, is there anything you want to buy with your money? Look at my fucking farmer's stand. It got so much worse.
Oh my god.
It's so fucking funny. It's so funny.
Daenerys.
Yes.
Is there anything you want to buy?
Do you happen to have, like, a dagger or something?
A dagger? Yes, of course. And he kind of like... He ducks down again, and then... A couple seconds later, he comes out, and he's holding 3 of them. He says, these would go for about 2 gold apiece.
Are they just like regular daggers?
I have finer ones inside if you're looking for them.
I'll take a look at them.
Very well. He again ducks down, disappears. It takes him a bit longer. It takes him about a minute, and he finally comes out. And this time he's holding like a glass case with a dagger in it, and it is really well crafted. And he said, "This one would be about a dagger of quite repose."
What does it do exactly?
It's a bit sharper and a bit more versatile. This dagger is a dagger of +2 to hit and damage.
So how much is this one going for?
This would go for about 1,200 gold.
Oh goodness. I think I might stay with the regular daggers if that's alright. But this is a fine piece of work.
Thank you. It is one of my... He like kind of sets it down, and he pulls out the 3 daggers. If you are still looking to buy it.
I'll take these smaller daggers off your hands if that's alright.
Very well. That would be 6 gold.
Here you are. And she hands over 6 gold.
Thank you very much for your business. And he
You're very welcome.
puts it in his coin. Will that be all for you, Jim?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Then come back in about 3 hours. Your mate should be ready, young man.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It is my pleasure. Turns around, then begins hitting.
And now we move over to Magnus.
Magnus.
Magna, you and you alone head towards.
I walk a slowly
Oh
road.
my
You're all
god.
fucking evil.
God.
The only one
Like,
that
your hair's,
I
like,
have
down your
ever
face.
known.
No, it's not.
What? Where are you going to again?
I'm going to-
Malax's weapons.
Yes, I'm gonna go to the weapon makers.
So, this is also up near the silk sheet.
So
was the name?
the silken sheets.
Silken sheets.
Silken sheets.
Silken sheets. Thank you.
Jinx, Zoe.
And it's not long before you approach this building. It looks pretty run down. But on the inside you hear shink, shink, shink.
Walk inside.
So as you open the door, you see that like all of the windows in this building are completely like they're covered. They have like either like boards pushed up against them or like curtains drawn. And inside you see an older drow man sitting with his legs crossed, just kind of like he has a greatsword like holding it up, and he has a whetstone as he shink, and he says, "Welcome in, shink. What can I do for you?" Shink.
I'm gonna pull out the claw. I was looking to see if you could
So as soon as you start
just fucking like
Egyptian roping your claw, he's
yeah.
and he looks up and he's like, "Go ahead."
I want to see if you could turn this into a weapon, preferably a longsword, and a dagger if you have the room for it.
So he kind of like puts the whetstone down and takes the greatsword and.
Is there like a table that I
Hangs
can
up
like
on a
put it
wall.
on?
Yeah, there's a big table that he's sitting in front of a table with a rack of weapons next to him that he's been sharpening.
Hell yeah.
On the other side, there's like a bar where he would normally be serving people, but he doesn't want to be there. And there is like metal shavings and shavings of wood and like fine cut. He's pretty good at what he does. He's not a master of his craft, but
Yeah, I'm gonna just set down the claw and be like, I wanted to see if you could possibly turn this into a longsword and a dagger if you have the room for it. If not, the
kind of
sword
gets
is
up
fine.
and watch as his silver hair kind of like falls to his shoulders, and he says, "What is
This, I don't know the creature it comes off of or what it's called. However, this is from a very nasty beast that is, I don't remember like the word to describe it, but like just the elements of like chaos magic.
never heard of that?" And he kind of steps forward and he says, "It's going to be quite difficult." As he raises his hand and you watch as he casts a spell over it, and the like it's like this magic light, and you watch as the light just starts to get absorbed into the talon, and he says, "Magic seems to be nullified in its presence."
Okay. Do you?
I could do it. It won't be cheap. Never
How-
worked with a material so fine as this, although I am excited.
How much we thinking for?
It would take me about I'd say 3 months to complete. And at that rate, with pay time and stipends, it would be. Turns around, kind of like hobbles over to the table he was at, and you see a book on the table, and he begins. For a custom job, difficulties with the magic, about 2,700 gold.
Fucking Christ. So 2,700.
2,700.
Okay.
3 months to complete. When it's done, it would be beautiful.
And is this for longsword and dagger or just longsword?
A dagger. I did not know you wanted that. It would just be the longsword by itself.
Of course, no worries. If there's not enough room for both, then the one is fine.
I could do both. It would be exceptionally more expensive. I must say, though, of a person of my craft, it might be better for you to seek out the guild. So really,
Alright.
they
I
would probably
appreciate-
run you a little bit cheaper, but they are far more delicate and worthy than me.
Well, I appreciate your honesty. Do you, and I'm gonna pick it up and put it back in my holding, do you, at all enhance magical weapons?
Enhancing magical weapons is a dangerous, but I might be able to do it.
Depending on how long do you think it would take?
Depends on the magic. Quite powerful, it may take me up to a week, but like I said, the guild would probably be able to do it in about a day.
Okay. I appreciate it though. Sorry, I'm in a bit of a rush. We're leaving town tomorrow afternoon.
I understand completely.
But can I like look at the walls and see like what he has? Just like
There's quite a few things here. They all look pretty decent. Nothing catches your eye really. Everything that he would have made is like on order. Like it's asked for specifically.
Okay.
These are like things he's picked up along the way that are just meant to fill the shelves.
Okay.
Catch a wandering eye.
All right. Thank you though. I appreciate your honesty. Have a good rest of your day.
You too.
Wipe him off and go see if I can't find anybody else that's wandering around town.
Like in party wise?
Yeah, and party wise.
Oh, okay. Sure, Ski Doodles. While you're wandering around.
Or if there's any like other shops that would like catch my eye.
Yeah.
I also want to go clothes shopping because I'm not satisfied with the shirt that I have.
Sure.
That I was given in Reliquary. I mean.
Let's see. Do I do that now is the question.
Don't fuck me, please. Also, sorry, doing 8 million things at once. I'm gonna send Cole his message.
Oh, okay. What would you like to say?
I am going to send him a message. And I am going... Sorry, I can't, like... My brain stopped functioning for some reason. Cole, I'm alive and well. Sorry I've not kept in touch. Please understand with the situation. I miss and love you all. See you soon.
Can you send that to me?
I will. It is 25 words exactly, but I will send it to you.
So, as you send that, from your sending stone, you hear, hey, Magnus.
Who is it?
It's Cole.
Oh, it's Cole? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Holding the rock.
Like you're saying that out loud as you're receiving this incoming message. Like,
whoa! This is fucking it's the family brain cell.
Yeah. He says, hey, Magnus, long time. Oh.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm alive. I miss you. Not dead.
We all miss you, Magnus. I miss you a lot. Oh. And congratulations. And that's where it ends.
Do I have any words left?
Nope.
Fuck! I'm gonna send him another sending. I'm gonna be like, on what? What do you know? Done a lot of things throughout the years, but now starting to pick up stories, I guess?
So you hear back, can't talk right now, but big news, surprise you don't know, also heard about your promotion, so congratulations. I'm proud. And that is where we'll end tonight's session. So, thank you all so much for watching this episode of Dungeons and Destinies. If you liked it, be sure to leave a like and follow on both platforms, Twitch and YouTube alike, as well as follow our TikTok. We have one of those. It's Dungeon and Destinies. That's DUNGEONANDPESPINIES on TikTok. So follow that because the runner. There's a fly on my computer. It's dead now. The person who runs that, Alice, is just fucking gone.
Alice swooned and is just on the floor.
I didn't swoon. That's my fucking brother.
Yeah, you can swoon your brother. Why not?
He's proud of me. He's my
Wait,
father
wait,
figure.
wait, wait,
wait, wait, wait, wait, wait, wait,
He's my father figure. Wait.
All right, thank you. Have a great
Cole got a
night.
soundboard, audience.
I got a soundboard. I hope you all enjoyed tonight's session. If you did, make sure you follow us on all platforms. So, bye stream.
Bye, stream.
Bye, stream.
Bye, stream.
Ice cream.
Stream.